If you ever thought Black people were gonna get reparations, the pandemic was reparations. We didn't grow up on coleslaw and Permane Brothers and Yinzers.
Right.
That's not the Black culture of Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh culture, and we're also, being from Pittsburgh, we're encompassed under it, but that's not the Black culture of Pittsburgh. That sounds like some hating ass shit, don't it?
A little bit.
I've lost $18,000 in one trade.
18,000.
Yeah. My company was Ihateshoes.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I used to really flood it, and that became the next hustle. Like, it transitioned from CDs and DVDs, and I was doing that for a while. At the same time, we'll just say your name is Tom. You're the manager of whatever. Go in there, Tom. What inventory do you got in here that's not moving? Because if you can help me out and give me these couple sizes I need, I'll just grab some stuff that you don't want on your shelves. I don't care if I have to sell that stuff or break even. I make Tom happy. I make my customers happy. I make the store happy.
We just shine a light where they hide the grave. It's the Kalaj Dame Podcast.
Get here, wrap this up between 8:39, go home, eat dinner, sit for it take like a half hour to an hour to upload all the video and shit to the computer. By that time, it's fucking bedtime again.
Yeah.
So it's funny because people's when I tell everybody yo, I'm booked up to March right now. And they're like, yo, come on, fit me in. What you doing tomorrow? No, I got a fucking life too. I
know what you mean. People don't realize that. I did like how you're like, yo, these are the dates I got available, not just like people don't realize what everybody having life and stuff going on. They can't just be like, oh, whenever, just swing by, or just like, yo, I'm free. Like, I come talk. Yo, it's not like that.
That's actually definitely a point that I wanted to get into. We live right now, by the way, so we're just going to jump into it. We'll get to that point later. I have it written down on, well, not that exactly. I'll write another note just to make sure I remember.
I remember I had the first iPad and iPad Pencil, the first iteration, the first generation.
Dude,
it was bad.
I had it noted down.
What?
Definitely, questions I wanted to ask you. Because, since we first met. So here, let me start it off. We first met. So I remember McKees Rocks Plaza.
Yeah.
It was me, my homie PJ, and we selling, movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I heard from somebody else, they was like, Ray's over here. I'm like, who the fuck is Ray? I don't know who that is. Ray is the movie man. And it was this whole thing because we was battling with other people kind of on territory and stuff like that. And then I met you and I remember you popping the trunk, having everything we had. But it was cool though. We shared the space, right?
Yeah. I felt like there was always enough. There was enough money out there for everybody.
Yeah. We tried to get competitive. That's when we dropped the 2 for $5.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yo,
messing the game up. Look, when I came into the game, it sounds crazy when I came into the game. When I came into the game, they was 3 for 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was walking around Eastwood with a bag. That's what it was. It was years ago.
Man, yeah. But the movies and music and stuff like that, because I can't remember what price it was, but between you and the other dude, I forgot his name.
Black?
Maybe it was Black.
Was it a McKees Rocks dude?
Yeah, I think it was
Black. Black tried to run me off when I first got out there.
He tried to run me off too.
Yeah, I remember he told me you can't be here. And I was like, what, bro?
Matter of fact, I think he referenced you when he tried to run me off. And
we already been through this.
It was our job. We was literally there 7 days a week.
You know what's crazy? Looking back on it, bro, just structure has been a big thing in my life. Structure my life, I do amazing if I structure my life. Bro, I was doing anything back then. Right. I used to get out there. If I would have tried harder, I probably would have made so much more money. I would get out there, we would go out, you sleep in. I'd get out there at 11. People where were you? There's so much. But it was a job. It was.
I remember that. I remember being there a lot of days and not seeing you. Mm-hmm. Just wondering where the hell's Ray at?
Messing up money.
Yo, but the days
I needed you. I needed you to hold it down while I was
Bro,
doing some stupid shit.
The days that you were going, I swear, had to be between maybe even me by myself. We was making $500 a day, some days.
You gotta remember, Chevy was also trying to sell them out of the store. They was yeah. They was trying to sell them out of the store. That store sold everything. That sold the shoes, K2, T-shirts, DVDs.
Yeah, I remember.
So there was a point where he was selling movies out of the store too. That was later on. That was like towards the end of my like tenure. Moving on. Because it's crazy. I really can't even pinpoint like a moment or a time when it stopped. It seems to like fade from my memory. Like I just moved on to something else.
For us, it faded when, I don't know, for some reason the police just got tighter and the police started running down on people. P got arrested probably at least once or twice.
I got arrested in McKees Rocks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a lady say I was selling thousands of dollars of drugs out of my trunk. Cop pulled over me. I was like, bro, you know what I'm doing. Like, you know what it is. They took me to McKees Rocks police station. They stripped me butt ass nigga. I was like, I'm selling CDs and DVDs. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was a big ordeal. What's wild is, and I thought it was a setup years later, it might have been like 4 or 5 years later, because they had took some money off of me, like the money I made, and I had to get a little lawyer. And I kind of just charged it to the game. I looked at it as like, I'm not paying the taxes on a lot of this stuff. Like this was just, it was a Wild West type situation. So I was like, oh, like this is just part, this is part of the game. It is what it is. But years later, I got something in the mail from McKees Rocks police station talking about like, come pick up your money. Cause they threw it out. But I thought it was a setup. I'm looking at it like, come get like $183. Like, fuck that, $183.
Right.
But I went over there and got it. Gave me the money back. But yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I went to the county and everything.
For real?
Yeah. They hit me with copyright infringement, all that.
Damn, that's wild. Yeah, so I never got arrested. What I did when it started getting hot in the plaza and it was, and Black was over there and you was there for a while, I'm not sure if you were still there, but I made a deal with Sunoco. So. For real? Yeah, so I used to live in Bloomfield, the Sunoco on,
right Liberty? By the pen, by the hospital?
Down. There where the field is.
Yeah. All right. Was it a BP?
It used to be.
Okay. No, it's a BP again, I think.
It's BP now?
It's something. That whole area they're doing stuff.
You know what? It might be a BP.
Yeah, you talking about right by the field though.
Yeah. So there was a Indian dude that owned it when I lived there. It was back in like 2004.
I didn't know you lived over there.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I didn't know you lived on that side though.
In like Bloomfield?
Yeah, I just always thought you was like on the west.
Not a West dude at all. Like
I thought you was a West dude.
No. I blended like him.
You know what it was? It's because I met you over here. A lot of your people's from over here, and when our main interaction was on the West, so my mind just associated that with it.
Yeah. So after 2004, maybe like 2006 or something like that, I moved to the West, and I was working on the West. I started meeting people, and I just started blending with them. Yeah. But the Indian dude that owned the BP or whatever, me and him got cool because he had bought it while I lived there. So we used to go up all the time, joking, playing around with him. So I was trying to set up a deal with him. And I'm like, yo, I need a setup. Like, can I set up here and make some money? And he's like, nah, but you in McKees Rocks, my cousin owns that one. He was like, so I'll talk to him. So I went to that Sunoco in McKees Rocks, talked to him, and dude was like, yeah, he was like, give us a percentage, blah, blah, blah. You could go ahead, do your thing in the parking lot. Yeah. So his thing was what he started complaining about. I don't know if it was the police, but it was
Wait, is that how you came over to the plaza?
No, that was after the plaza.
That was after the plaza, all right.
Yeah.
All
no,
right.
Coming to the plaza, I started selling my CD. Okay. And I was selling my CD next to people that were selling movies. And I'm making $20 a day, and I'm seeing dudes with movies making 100, 200 at least a day. And I'm like, yeah, I need to switch it up. Yeah. But from there, I got in with the Sunoco dude, and he was talking about insurance. I guess his insurance didn't cover like if we hurt ourselves or something. Couple Karens, probably called the police on us. My homie P got arrested, and after that, we just shut it down.
Is that McKees Rocks or Pittsburgh right there?
Pittsburgh.
That's Pittsburgh. That's Pittsburgh.
Tears.
Yeah.
Right across the bridge. Matter of fact, because I seen Pedro. Pedro was a McKees Rocks police officer. He used to always come up to me like, boy, because we would sit like post up right there with our movies in front of Sunoco. Pedro would come up and see me with my movies and stuff like, man, you lucky you across the bridge.
I mean, you had to be in one of them situations where the cops wanted to make an example out of you. Because mine kind of just got thrown out. Like, they didn't really care. They just wanted, I don't know, disorderly conduct or whatever it got dropped down to. I do know one guy, he ended up passing away. His name was Manny. He ended up catching like a real big case where they wanted to like fly like people in to like verify it was pirated stuff. And I think it just also depends on like the jurisdiction. With all these boroughs we have in Pittsburgh, he got caught, I think, out in Monroeville. Monroeville just wasn't trying to let it go.
Wow.
So like he was really fighting a case behind it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be serious. I mean, I used to look at it as a lot of my friends were selling drugs. And not a lot of my friends. I had friends that sold drugs. And I would be partying and would be out and do the same things that they were doing, but I wasn't taking the same penitentiary chances. So that's why I looked at it like, you know what I mean? Like, I can make $200 a day. I can make $300 a day sometimes. I can make $500 on the first. I mean, it was good. Looking back on it, I always looked at it like, all right, like I'm making 60 a year. And 60 a year, like 60 then, 60 now, like.
Yeah, way different. That's like 100 or more now,
So it was a good situation. It was, I mean, I don't know. It was a time to be alive for real. Like,
definitely.
It definitely was a time to be alive.
So, shifting gears a little bit, I remember a moment while we were down there. You pull up this phone and you like, look at this phone.
What phone?
It was an Android. This was 2008, I think.
It was like when Android first came out?
Yeah, you were like literally the first person that I ever seen with this phone. And you like, yeah, it's an Android. I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? Like,
I used to love to be the guy who was like on the front of the technology. There was a couple app releases down Shady Side. I was like on the news, like waiting in line and stuff.
I remember you was going around like showing it off, like real happy. You know?
Yeah, it was so cool. I think you know what it was? It was the G2. It was a T-Mobile G2. Who makes a G2? It might be Motorola that made the G2. But it was so cool because the operating system was just so much different from what we were used to.
Was it the same kind that we have now, like with the swipe and shit like that?
No, I mean, it was just an older, I mean, Android was just, it was so much different from what we had before. Like the closest we had got to like a smartphone was like a Windows phone.
Yeah.
Where it really didn't have a lot of utilities. Like Android was the first thing bringing apps, having an app store, having different multiple applications that you could use for productivity.
Yeah.
I'm like talking like that's why I got the phone. I probably just got the phone because it was like, look, it's that phone. Like I'm that guy. But yeah, I mean, damn, that's wild that you remember that.
Hell yeah.
Because it's crazy. Years later, I became a like anti-Android person. Like I ain't messing with Android.
Oh, you an Apple guy now?
I can't. Would you Android?
No, look.
I was about to be like, interview over.
Bro. No, man, I can't do it. No green bubbles.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's wild? Me and my friend was talking one time. A green bubble might not get you text back.
What you mean? Oh. Yo,
like,
the worst is in the group chat. Like when you can't.
Fuck the whole group chat.
Yeah. Especially, like if you're trying to take advantage of all the features. I don't know if they fix it because I ain't been in the all Apple group chat in a while. But it used to be if you get one Android in the group chat, all the features is just gone.
It'll take that whole iMessage thread and just like part it out. The worst is when like I'm in a like a prayer group and they like say if like a Bible study group, say if you know one member can't make it, most of the members have iPhones, but like some of them don't. So like some are like, hey, you know, such and such is canceled this week. And then you'll have like, what? Like you'll have like so like your text message thread will be like the top message, then you'll have a bunch of other messages and some people replying to it. Like man, what?
Yeah. Yeah, they can't do I don't know if it's all of them, but a lot of them can't do the individual message replies.
No, they can't. I mean, they have the RSS, which is like, we'll get pictures normal. They don't, you know, we can't say that joke or anything, but I mean, I don't know. I ain't messing with the
They can see the moon a little bit better.
So the moon thing was fake.
Yeah, they used a picture or something like that?
Samsung was just basically using AI to make anything a moon. Like I watched a video where dude was like holding up like different circles and stuff, and like it was adding the moon to it.
Yeah. Okay, no, I enjoy it. All right, so moving away from that, first guy with all the technology, right? from there, my experience, my perception, it's like, you know what? I ain't selling movies or CDs no more. I'm selling shoes.
Who, you or me?
No, that's what you was doing.
Yeah, that's what I went into.
And that was the shift.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, like when you shifted, it was that whole experience of Ray came out here when I first met him. He had a trunk full of movies. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew him before I even seen this dude. Like they just knew his name, like that's Ray. And I'm like, where did he come from? With a whole trunk of movies. Like he's just parading around the city. What is this? Then when I say you pull out the Android, it's like, oh, like he into technology and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna sell shoes now. Matter of fact, I think it might have been a blend. I think maybe you had some shoes with you as you were selling movies and then did a gradual shift or something like that. And that left me with a feeling of like, this dude is a hustler. Like, just killing it.
I appreciate that. So like, I probably have never told this story in like a forum. So, you know, I'm selling bootleg movies outside of a shoe store. Mm. The reason I was even over in the plaza was that shoe store originally was a cell phone store. Mm. They used to be Advanced Wireless. Yeah. I worked for them out in Monroeville. Okay. When we had to do training, they're like, you got to go train on McKees Rocks. Before that point, this is 2007, I had never been to McKees Rocks. Mm. I never even knew what McKees Rocks was. So I'm asking for directions. I'm like, you know, give me the address. They're like, oh, you know, just as soon as you get off, once you get on Carson, just go the other way. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know there was another side of Carson. Swear to God. Like I never got off that bridge and I went to the south side. I ain't never go to the other side.
That's the thing though. Yeah. Like the other side of Carson.
They're like, oh, you just keep going down till you see a car dealership. I'm like, there's a car dealership, Jim Crivelli or whatever. Yeah. So I'm outside of the shoe store. You know, they were a cell phone store, shoe store. And at that time, it wasn't them, and that was a big misconception. Everybody thought that they were selling Jordans earlier, something happened, and they had lost their Jordan contract, or just the licensing to be able to sell Jordans. The company TAF, the athlete's foot, had actually lost the contract as a whole. There was like this mass exodus for a while of Nike trying to purge mom and pop stores because it just didn't make sense for their business. Like, why would we send these small mom and pop stores where we could just flood like Champs and Foot Locker and Foot Action? So they stopped giving them Jordans. So the light bulbs went up. Bling. I was already buying my own shoes, selling a little bit of shoes, and it was just out of just trying to make an extra dollar on the low. Yeah. Like shoes were my main thing. I wanted a shoe. I'd go to the mall. I'd have a friend that would want the shoe also. He'd be like, bro, you know, I'll throw you $30 extra. Did you grab my shoe too? That's how it started. So when they lost their Nike contract, the light bulb went off of, oh, like, I can get you shoes. So it all started with me getting them shoes, TAF shoes. Yeah. So what I would do is I would just go to malls. I'd put in raffle tickets. It started very simple. And then it got to the point where I was like paying off store managers. I was getting shoes early. Wow. It was a real big thing. It was. But
that's crazy.
And I just got to say, I was blessed to even have them trust me. They funded the whole operation.
Who?
The TAF. They lent me money to buy shoes for that store.
Oh, so they could sell the shoes.
They could sell the shoes. So they would sell them a couple dollars over. They would even sell them at no profit just so you would know you could still come here to get the Jordans. Right. And then they would just throw me something off on the side.
Do we need to bleep that out or something?
No. Wow. That has been, the shoe store isn't there anymore. They don't run that company anymore. Yeah. So no, I don't feel like that would be disrespectful. And a lot of people knew. A lot of people knew because like, you know, the release would, you know, you're supposed to have the shoe at 9 o'clock when you open. Here's Ray at 12 pulling up, popping the trunk with a bunch of pairs, taking them in. But then it went from, oh, I can get you 10 pairs, but I can also sell 10 pairs myself. To that I can sell 20 pairs myself. It got to the point that I was doing pre-orders as well. So like I'd put out an ad, people would pre-order the shoe. I was doing like 50, 60 pairs of release.
I feel like I remember seeing, maybe on Instagram or something.
I used to flood it. My company was Ihateshoes.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I used to really flood it, and that became the next hustle. Like it transitioned from CDs and DVDs, and I was doing that for a while at the same time. And then every Saturday would be shoes. Yeah. So it was like CDs and movies and shoes, and then it just became just shoes and just shoes, and then shoes ended up going into shoe conventions, and I was driving to different shoe conventions. It became a whole lifestyle. Like I definitely got into it just for the money, but it became a lifestyle. I had a lot of love for the game meeting different people. I met a lot of good people. I met a lot of like lifetime long friends that's still to this day. But it definitely started from like, oh, like I could make $1 off of this. You guys need shoes? Oh wait, this guy in the parking lot needs shoes too? Yeah. Like it was really cool.
Dude, I got so many questions.
Wait, all right, come on, hit me. I got
all
you.
right, first, the idea of selling shoes is weird to me because I'm like, how do you know what sizes to buy? Like you don't want to have.
So everything was pre-orders. 99% was pre-orders, and I got to the point that I was doing so much business that extra pairs I knew they were gonna go. So let's say that, and I'll tell you why shoes ended. But let's say you hit me up, what you wear, 13? I need a 14. I need a 14, all right. The shoes 180 in the store, to lock your pair down, I need 230 now. You would pay that 230, that would guarantee your pair. And how I did it was, even if I didn't lock down your pair, I knew that I had $230 that if I had to go buy from another reseller, you got it off me, you would come next time. So like, even if I wasn't making the same amount off each shoe, everything worked. So most of it was pre-orders. But at the end of it, I mean, honestly, what I would do is I would get pre-orders, and then if I had leftovers, I would sell some to TAF, I would keep some. Like, it worked out. Like, you never had to worry about the size. I also, by that time, was able to really gauge the market of like how much the demand was. I was never sitting on anything.
So, all right, there's also this concept that big sizes are like difficult. They don't sell that much.
No, not really.
No?
Only because stores will get, like Monroeville used to only get 1 or 2 size 15s. I locked those down. I already got buyers for them. They get like 3 or 4 14s, like each store.
That's the thing, right? Because like
there's a market for it.
Like me wearing a 14, most stores, like when I walk in the store, they don't have the size that I want and the shoe that I want. Yeah. So I got to buy online.
Yeah, online.
So I feel like, like being a reseller or someone, you know, out the trunk, I could probably.
So you saying on the lines of like, I go to the store, they be like, all we got is a 14. Like left, I'll be like, I'll take it. Bro, there was shoes, I don't care what size it was. I'll take them all. That's the other thing. Stores would love me. So I kind of I used it the same like network. So, you know, we'll just say your name is Tom. You're the manager of whatever. Go in there. Tom, what inventory do you got in here that's not moving? Because if you can help me out and give me these couple sizes I need, I'll just grab some stuff that you don't want on your shelves. I don't care if I have to sell that stuff or break even. I make Tom happy. I make my customers happy. I make the store happy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
even ugly shoes?
Not even ugly shoes. It was more clothes. They always wanted to get rid of clothes. So I would do things like, they used to have this thing called a hookup, where if you bought a shoe and a shirt, it was like a complete outfit. So like they would be like, can you get a hookup too on it? And what it would be is, if you bought the shoe and a shirt, if you bought a shoe that was $180 and a shirt that was $20, it'd be $200, and that would generate a $20 coupon.
Okay.
So then what I would do is I would take that $20 coupon, buy socks, Nike Tech socks, and I would just sell the Nike Tech socks online. So like, even though I was buying a t-shirt, and you would just buy a tee. I would just buy a tee, get a coupon, buy socks. I was selling the socks online. Like, so everything had a method. Like,
wow.
What killed the game is that Jordan figured out that they didn't need resellers. Like, everybody's arguing, fighting, waiting in line, all this extra stuff. I got spit on for shoes, all types of stuff was wild. One time, I just posted up on my IG that I remember I borrowed somebody's Foot Locker shirt, drove to a mall in Ohio that was doing first come, first serve, walked up, told security like, hey, I came over from another mall to help with the release, to get in the mall early, to then let my friends in the mall so we could all get in early.
You got away with it?
Yeah. The only thing that I didn't calculate is I didn't know Ohio had sales tax. So like when they were ringing me up, I'm like, wait, what do you mean? But at that point, the shoe was selling for so much. It is what it is, yeah.
So what happened with the Jordan didn't need resale thing?
That's what it was. So when I first came into the game, the retail was 170. It went from 170 to 180, to 180 to 190. Now I think the gammas are like 225. I didn't even look. Yeah. But it slowly just made your profit. Your profit kept getting smaller and smaller. And then what happened was there were different, I don't remember all the names for the shoes, but there were GRs, that's a general release. There were QSs, that's a quick strike. There were like different terminology for like different types of Jordan releases. Yeah. GRs would get like 180 pairs. Well, they start giving 180 pairs to every fucking shoe. So say you come to me, I locked your size 14 down for you, you're happy. And after you grab the shoe off me, say you even meet me at the mall to grab the shoe. All right, well, Ray, thank you, appreciate it. And you go in the mall and you see that shoe you just paid more for on the rack still while you looking for your outfit, it kind of gets rid of my, you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the pre-sale market kind of died with that.
Wow. Did reps affect that at all? Like, were you selling while reps was a thing, or?
So you know what's crazy? I feel like the time period that I came in, like just my life in general, watched fakes go from like terrible to like amazing, and I watched it like through my. Anybody that says they didn't sell reps is lying.
Really?
There were reps so good that you couldn't tell. So like I knew I got them. And then I'm not gonna say no names, but there was a couple people in the city that, and the reason I won't say no names, I'm cool with them. There was a couple people in the city and everybody knew what it was. There were a couple people in the city that would have shoes early and everybody was selling reps. Not like on purpose, but they were so like, a lot of people, no fakes for the love of the game. But like there's stuff you couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's so this has been a thing of mine for a while. Like when I did my other podcast, it was when I first started like my shoe thing. I've never been a sneaker guy, like never. My son, he'll be 18 soon. He's like heavy
That's your
into
oldest?
sneakers. No, my second oldest.
Okay.
My oldest is 18, a year apart. But my second oldest is really into shoes, Jordans. So I got into Jordans. And you know, me, like normal working corporate America, family guy, a bunch of kids, I'm not spending no $200-$300 on those shoes. So this is my first experience going to DH Gate. And I'm like, whoa, they got Jordans by a pair. I'm looking at them. I'm like, they feel weird. Feel like my foot is wrapped in cardboard with duct tape on it or something like that. But I'm like, they look cool. What if I just wear them like just when I'm on camera or something? You know what I mean? To a certain extent, it's like people can't really tell. For some of them.
It depends on who you're in front of. And
Yeah.
And it depends also, because I've even bought some fakes that
like for yourself to wear?
I remember one time we were going to this cabaret. It was something I wasn't even really into. We were going to like a biker cabaret, and it was up Buffalo, New York. I don't know why I went to this event, but I remember I needed a pair of Jordans. I just needed something, and I went downtown, right around corner from where the Sneaker Villa used to be. There used to be this African dude on the side, right by the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I remember he's like, I have J's. And they were these 6 rings. And what's crazy is I wouldn't even buy a pair of 6
What
rings.
year was this?
This had to be like 2009. Because I didn't start selling shoes.
Because 6 rings wasn't necessarily bad back then.
Man, 6 rings were trash. But I can't, I would love to get that clip. I needed something. And he had something, they were like orange and white or whatever. And I just grabbed them. I didn't really even think about it. But I remember me and my homie Rick on the ride up there, we were both looking at them because we both ended up grabbing the same pair. And bro, there was like a dinosaur on them. I swear to God. Like how the 6 rings were designed is like they would, I don't know, you have the things that go up and there was like these little things, I don't know, like little, I don't even know, like basketball, like a championship, like these little Jordan, like little emblems.
Yeah.
But like one of the emblems was like this little dinosaur like this. But like if you looked at the real version of it, there was no dinosaur. And I was like, but I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
People think too much about this stuff.
Yeah, so.
They do. I mean, back in the day, I still have friends to this day that like, they wouldn't be caught dead wearing something that was fake.
And okay, this is my thing, my perspective on it will say, like, I understand the concept of like status. Like you don't want to be humiliated. So if you got on like some crazy fakes that, you know what I mean, your mesh is going horizontal when it's supposed to be vertical or something like that. Yeah. Like if I can look from standing up at your shoes and be like, oh, them is fakes. Like that's the thing just because you don't want the humiliation, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, there's reps that are like almost exact replica. Like I be watching the shoe authenticators and they're like rubbing on the tag and sniffing and
smell is a big thing.
I mean,
like
yeah,
if you handed me a fake shoe, I might be able to tell. I will say the smell is one of the biggest things. I learned because, all right, everybody was just tweaking about the Gammas that came back out.
Yeah.
Those Gammas were probably produced 8, 9, 10 months ago. they were manufactured.
Right.
And they're sitting waiting to be released out.
Right.
A lot of fake shoes, you would smell the glue because the glue hasn't even dried yet fully. So they would look like you'd open a box. I'd be like, oh yeah, these you got these, bro. The smell is one of the things. There's so many telltale signs where I've even had 2 shoes. I used to go to a lot of sneaker cons. It was like a big sneaker convention, and you would look at them. You would take the insoles out, and the only thing that would be different is the color of the stitching inside the shoe.
When it's at that level, when I need to take my shoe off, take out the insole, you have to look at the color of the stitching. You have to rub something that might be a little bit raised. The trademark tag doesn't connect the stitching line, the R with the K. You know what I mean? Does it matter at that point?
It only matters. It matters when you're seeing it online, because those are people with high value dollar shoes that might actually matter. Me and you, we just trying to put something on, be regular. Because I've become a lot more humble than I was. Probably back then, if you would have had some fake, I'm like, man, look at this shit.
Right.
But now I'm like, it doesn't matter. But when we're seeing those authentication videos, it does matter when that shoe's like an $1,800 shoe. Things like, you just see what I'm saying? That's the only time it would matter.
So
I respect collectors and when they want their kicks to be authentic and things like that. But if you're a regular Joe, like, why would I fault you, judge you, or have anything bad to say about you making a sound decision that you still want to look all right, but not break the bank over it?
So would you advise against the people that buy?
I can't advise anybody to buy any fake shoes at all.
Specifically, all right, would you look down on if somebody bought some expensive, I don't know, like the M&M Force?
Yeah, 100% I'm looking down on you. Yes, here's why. I'm saying it like it's you. Like, for what? Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I would have came here, if I came here, you get M&M Force, I would have been like, why?
No, like,
so here's what it is.
Authentic.
It has to make sense. So if you gonna wear a fake that fits your pay grade.
And your pay range.
Yes, that's all. That's all.
That makes sense.
Cause like, all right. And you know what's crazy? I feel like people with money then can get away with fire fakes then.
Yeah.
Cause like, if I would go in the mall right now and see somebody at M&M for, I'm like, why is he wearing them? Like,
yeah,
I'd be so confused.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense because they're worth so much, right?
What's the most you spent on a shoe? I'll give you my answer too, because I'm gonna have 2 answers. I'm gonna have the most I've spent on something I've just bought to either sell or collect, or I've worn. But what's the most you spent on a shoe?
So here's my trick. I'm sharing this with the world, by the way. I only buy used Jordans for myself.
That's what's up.
So I go on eBay and I look at... That's
a good idea.
I look at shoes that's like halfway, like these Gym Red 12s.
Yeah.
I spent $80 on these.
They don't look bad at all. They're clean as hell.
Yeah.
You know, real quick, a real good tip on that is if a shoe convention ever comes to Pittsburgh, go to it. There'll be a bunch of little white kids, no offense to white kids, walking around with GRs, like general releases, that bought it, thought it was going to resell, wore it a couple times, and now is just trying to get rid of it. That's how I used to buy most of my shoes. So what I would do is, not to steal it from you, is I would go buy the release that I wanted from the store, and I would just sit on it. But then if I would go to a convention, I would see that same shoe worn like once or twice. I'd buy that and then sell the one that I was waiting to keep. Because it's like, oh, I paid $180 for it, but now you want to sell it to me for $110? Hell yeah, I'm put these there's times I bought shoes that can just put them on right there. Yeah. And then took that shoe and then put it out for sale. Yeah. Because it makes sense. I love buying used shit.
You know what? I probably would rather do that. The thing about eBay, so while these shoes ain't bad, they are not the shoes that were in the picture when I bought them.
Really?
Yeah, because there's like on the side, a part of the metal was kind of scratched off. Yeah. And in the picture, I zoomed in on it, not scratched off at all. It was so bad, matter of fact, that I had to contact the seller like, yo, dude, you screwed me over. So he sold me some damn near brand new. Like, if they're not brand new, they may have been worn once, like not even outside. Chinese New Year 13s.
Okay.
He sold me those for $100. I was like, cool, that's good.
Well, I'm gonna remind me, but I got a few 14s.
Yeah?
Yeah. My son wears 15.
Retros?
Yeah. My son wears 15 now, so I got a few shoes that he never wore that
100%. Yeah.
I got you.
I definitely.
And I honestly, I have a lot of shoes still.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
There
was a point where I was buying 2 of each shoe from every single release.
Trying to sell them?
No, just to hold. That's how, it's crazy. That's how I saved some of the money for a down payment on a house was from selling like a bulk part of my sneaker collection.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope as shit. So yeah, basically to sum the story up, sneakerhead now, kind of a little bit. I know the difference between, a Jordan 1, 2, 3, 4, when before it was like somebody, them is 9s. What the fuck is a 9?
You see what I got on my feet.
I didn't even notice that.
It's dad's shoes.
See,
I have not bought myself a shoe.
You probably ain't got to. You probably got enough to last a lifetime.
No, I don't even wear those. It's crazy. I just put on a video on my story. I was like talking shit on everybody, tweaking about the gammas.
Yeah.
I went for a 3-mile run in the snow in the 2014 gammas.
On purpose?
Yeah, so when we work in a night shift now, like on my days off, like today is a day off. This worked out perfect, everything. But I'll wake up at I'll go to sleep, I'll wake up at 3 and I'll just be up. I was just like looking around. I was like, fuck it, I'll go for a jog. So I went for a 3-mile run in the gammas just to do it.
Like new, like fresh gammas?
No, the 2014 ones.
I mean, was they clean from back then or beat?
No, they're not. It's crazy. They're clean, but they've been through the ringer. They were mine. Yeah. Then they were my son's, and now he was like, "Oh, you wearing my shoes again?" I was like, "Bro, these was mine first."
That's funny.
But
that's dope. Y'all were the same size.
We did for a long period. He's bigger than me now.
Yeah, I feel like last time I checked, my son moved out. He moved with his mom, but just before he left, he was in 12, 13 kind of, where I feel like we're going to be in the same size. Same size. He kind of like me. Like I bought him some reps and they was cool. He was wearing them for a while. I still got some of mine. I don't wear them anymore. I keep them so I got the Walmart clear plastic cases. I got a few. What I get? Is it PSG, St. Paris or something?
You talking about PSNY?
The maroonish ones.
It's crazy. I've been out of the game so long that you might know more of stuff recent than I would.
The Saint Germain's, Paris Saint Germain's. So I bought them because I liked them, and I got a lot of burgundy, maroonish type color stuff. I didn't realize they was really expensive if they dope. I'm walking around with brand new ones, and I'm like, same thing you just said. You can't have super high price shoes. Technically, I could afford them, but most people know I would never spend that much.
That's the other thing. I think I got me being the shoe guy, the person that got shoes. It always looked like I would be the one that had the shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I probably could have got away with more than I thought I did. But I used to do stupid stuff also. I had the Red Octobers at a point, and I would wear them. Wow. See, but you got to remember, there was a point where they weren't $4,000 and $5,000.
True.
No, you never answered the question. What's the most that you spent on a shoe?
Okay. So I got a pair of Gators. I want to say those were $600.
See, that's a hard one because Gators are you can if I would have walked in and you had the Gators on now, it would have been like, wait.
I mean, they ain't really in style now.
No, but I'm saying Gators is still I'm only gonna wear it at this type of event. Yeah. So that makes it even more because it's man, bro, you spent $600 for a couple times. Yeah, but that's how all shoes be.
Yeah. Gators work boots, maybe $300.
That's how you know we adults. We spending more on work boots.
Yeah, like for shoes just to wear. So my J's I only wear every once in a while. If I'm going out or doing something. Other than that, I wear Walmart shoes. Yeah. 100%, I will go to Walmart finding not the ones that look like fake Jordans, but kind of like the style of the joints you got on. I'll get something like that that's all black. You look basic when you look at them. $10, $15, $20. Over a year, they don't last long. They might die every 3 months, but
it's like buying a used car battery, dog.
But they comfortable as shit. Some of the most comfortable shoes I've put on. But to answer your question, probably the Gators is $600.
I'm trying to think what mine was. It's weird because I've had shoes that ended up being worth a lot, but I didn't pay a lot. Like I remember I bought the first Yeezys, the first Adidas Yeezys that came out, the Turtle Doves. I bought them for like $500. Somebody ended up stealing them from me at a convention. I don't even know how. I never told nobody that. I never told anybody. I felt so fucking stupid that I was just like I just kept it to myself. I in my mind, that convention I went to, I ended up making like a few $1,000s. So like I lost $500 because I told myself like, don't think about what they're worth, think about what you paid.
Right.
That was like my favorite shoe that I bought because I ended up buying them for myself later on. Like they re-released. That's the thing, they'll water it down. They'll throw a shoe out, it'll be really hyped up, and then they'll throw it out again and throw it out again and throw it out again. They'll water something down.
They do that thing. So when you was talking about, I guess the different types of releases for a shoe or whatever, what I noticed recently, I like just started paying attention to this, is like, say like the Gammas, you know, hypothetically they release these, but like there may be a slightly different shade of black, or, you know, the back of it's not at the same angle as the 2014 ones and shit like that.
They'll do that. They'll just like tweak it a tiny bit. Yeah. Like, or there's that famous meme where it's like, it's like, we'll just say it's a black 12 and dude's like, but then it's a black 12 and it has like, it's a collab shoe and he's like, oh yeah, like it don't be much different. It don't be much different.
That's crazy.
I will say, thinking about it, and I haven't thought about shoes in a long time, that I might have been a little bit small-minded with that business because I think I got complacent in it. And the fact that I was making consistently, like I was probably making like $5-6 a month, like without really trying.
Damn.
And I probably could have took it to another level because my hands were tied a lot with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh didn't get a lot of like very exclusive releases. Yeah. And the only store that got them was Social Status. And I really never got in with Social Status. I was in with a lot of mall stores. I was in with a lot of like, you know, Foot Lockers, like places like that, but I never got in with Social Status. There was the aspect that I thought about opening a shoe store. And this isn't to throw no shade. If people take it as shade, I don't care. I'm happy I didn't open a shoe store because it seems like most of the shoe stores here failed eventually. People can claim that the shoe store's still doing good or whatever, but the market just didn't, it didn't seem like it made sense to open a store.
Right.
But looking back on it overall, I'm wondering if like I was small-minded, could I have taken it to the next level?
So that's an interesting concept. Kind of ties to a question I wanted to ask or conversation I wanted to get into, but I feel like I want to postpone it a little bit, like maybe the conversation will naturally shift that way. What was your next hustle after shoes?
That's what I'll say. I was actually going to segue into that too. I looked at shoes. I remember when shoes were like slowing down, I did not know what I was going to do next. Like I remember like being like, what am I going to do? Let me think. What did I do? Like, how did that happen? Trying to think how I want to get into this next part. What I ended up going into was selling health and beauty products on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Yeah, I was selling.
So, all right. So
I was like, there's no way to really like yeah.
That's
all right. I know how. All right. My brain's like, how did you get from that? All right. So shoe was starting to slow down. I think part of me wanted something that was a little bit more consistent at the time.
Okay.
Actually, I'm lying. They happened at the same time. So CDs and DVDs finally passed away, RIP. And remember from the beginning of the story, how I even was introduced to McKees Rocks was from working at a cell phone place.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a job at Metro PCS. What was cool about that was I was selling shoes out of the Metro PCS.
Did they know about it?
They didn't really know about it. It wasn't like, oh, we got shoes here, but it was like, oh, if you pre-ordered, spin past the job, like grab them. And I would just make sure I was off every Saturday. And that was just my meeting place. So during the week, like, you know, if you came in, just go to the back, grab your shoe and stuff like that. Right. So it worked out. Metro was a wild time. I wonder if I should legally say what we did at Metro.
It probably should.
No, fuck that, I am. So at Metro, what was cool was damn, I never told this story. Lamil's gonna love this. So at Metro, because it wasn't a, was it illegal?
If you unsure of whether
I don't care. It was illegal 100%, but I don't think there's any ramifications. So at Metro, they had a special where if you switch to Metro PCS, you got your phone for free.
Look, allegedly, he ain't admitting.
No. If you switch to Metro PCS, you get your phone for free. Did you ever seen that ad like switch to Metro, get a free phone?
Yeah.
There was a time where Boost Mobile used to offer $1 a day plan. So you'd be able to have an old Boost phone. You call in, hey, I want to add it, $1 a day. And what would happen was they would turn it on and you would just have to post that $1 by the end of the day to keep that number on. Mm-hmm. So with that, calling in, setting it up, you created a phone number.
Right.
You could then take that free phone number you just created and port it over to Metro PCS to generate a free phone out of nothing.
Wow.
Now you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we were able to
Is that still a thing? Or
no,
the
hell
company
no.
still existed?
No, they're still in business, but like the messed up thing is like everybody knew what we was doing. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Metro was fire. I love Metro.
Man, how long ago? Was it beyond the statute of limitations?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Metro was like 2016 or whatever. Here's the thing. We lined our pockets, but we also looked in. If you came in and was like, bro, I only got like $40. I need to get a phone. I was gonna make sure you got a phone.
Yeah.
We also did things like, we would generate that coupon. So technically that's like some free money. We would throw a case on there, screen protector. Everybody was happy.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I feel, man, fuck it. The company was happy. The customer was happy. We was happy. Everything was good. Metro was a wild time. I have all these wild periods in my life, but Metro is what segued me into, if that's a word, into selling stuff on Amazon.
So, all right, we got the shift from streets hustling, selling out the trunk or whatever to like Amazon. I almost consider like more legitimate business.
I wouldn't even say it was fully Amazon. It was
like online retail type.
Yeah,
shit?
what I started doing was, and I used to love saying this because, going to pick my son up from school or having a conversation with other parents, they'd be like, well, so what do you do? Like, I sell pirated movies and CDs and I sell Jordans. They'd be like, oh, I wouldn't say that, but I used to just tell everybody that I am what was my title? Oh my God, it's such a good title. What was it? I am a retail arbitration specialist.
Okay.
So what I would do is I would go to different stores. This is legitimate. And I would buy as much closeout stuff as I could. So stores like Marshall's, Big Lots, Target, any stores you could think of. I would be in stores all day scanning items. And if I could make a profit off that item, I'd buy as many as I can. And I started with eBay. I started putting stuff on eBay. Amazon was cool, but Amazon was very hard to get into at first because you had to show invoices from those manufacturers to sell that product.
Right.
So I would just fake the invoices. Fuck it. Fuck Amazon. Yes, I faked the invoices. So I'd fake the invoices to get the products in. And then I would just slowly find products that I could find. I'd source from flea markets. I'd source from not Whole Foods, Big Lots, anywhere I could get products from.
Yeah.
But I got the idea from a friend who passed away. He used to come in the store. He would just be like, he would just tell me different things. And he just put it in my ear, like, why don't you sell stuff online? He's like, you always sold stuff. You sold shoes online. And I just started, I don't really know how I came to the idea, but it made sense. And what was really cool about Metro PCS was it allowed me the flexibility to be able to work, list stuff online, kind of pack stuff up to ship while working at that job at the same time. So like I was able to kind of like work at Metro PCS while figuring out if this next hustle or side quest, I would always call something side quest, was gonna take off.
Yeah. Huh.
I was over on the north side. I was up on Broadway up at the McKees Rocks one for a while. Yeah.
So I don't know. I used to be able to call myself, we'll say like a hustler, right? Where,
I never liked that word.
Hustler?
I never did.
It always had like its draw for me. Like something that was just kind of like, I don't know. It just felt good.
It's not that I didn't like the word. How you used it is respectful. Like you was on your hustle, you was on your grind, you know, you're doing your thing. And it just feels like I think lately hustle culture is kind of dead. Like, I used to 100% know that if I was down bad or fell off or something happened, that I could go stand out in the parking lot. I could figure it out.
See, you keep segueing into all these other portions before we're supposed to get
So
there.
like, I always knew that if life got hard or something, I could grind my way out of it. And I don't think that's how it works anymore. I'm in a situation now where I feel like it's not, the grind out of it isn't as simple as you think it's gonna be.
Hold on. I gotta you gotta make me rework this now. We moving so organic, we skipping past all the topics right now. All right, the portion that I just wanted to speak on real quick, I guess like the problems and challenges with like selling out the trunk type stuff, where like for me, selling CDs and DVDs was like if it's nice out, you're gonna make some money. If it's cold, if it's snowing, you probably gonna make some money, but not as much. Depending on where you are.
Bro, the cold, I used to kill it in the cold.
Where at?
McKees Rocks,
For
East
real?
Hills, East Liberty. Because that was my transition. I started East Liberty with a bag, selling incense and oils. That was the beginning. Then it transitioned into movies. That was when it was still them big cases.
Yeah.
I was down there walking around with a heavy ass bag. We were selling incense, oils, DVDs, fireworks. I would sell whatever.
Yeah.
I think it just was always ingrained in me, like, I could buy for one, sell for two. Like, that was always made sense. Then East Liberty got really congested. East Hills became a shit show. Like, there was all types of people at East Hills. Like, and it clicked in the back of my mind, like, yo, remember that plaza? Because I remember on my break from training, like, I went out and sold some DVDs. I'm like, oh shit, I can sell out here. Yeah. And I started going out there.
So when would you say,
But that's what it was. In the cold, I used to kill it. I don't know why in the cold I used to kill it. I remember I used to wear 2-3 pairs of jeans, wear a couple shirts. Like, I would just bundle up and I would just grind through it. But I knew, like, it was almost like a guarantee. I knew if I went out there for hours, I was gonna make $100.
So would you say, in my experience, for me, there was always like down months, downtime. So there might be like a day, maybe a Sunday, where I wouldn't necessarily make that much. Whenever the first came around, make way more money. You know, definitely getting their welfare checks. So there was days when it was like, you want to get up early and be out there because you want that extra money. Sundays, like when church let out and stuff like that. Like,
I never worked a Sunday.
No?
Never.
Dude, that Sunday money, when church would let out, usually people, because we were at the gas station in Sunoco, so normally, you know, people would pull up after church getting gas or whatever and want to buy movies. For you, was there, basically the point that I'm getting to, are there significant differences between like the street hustling versus the Amazon and online retail type stuff? Besides the
because it felt like 100% you're trading your time for money. That's the issue.
Online retail don't feel like that?
Huh?
Online retail don't, like all that scanning you're doing in the stores?
No, but that was the beginning of it. Once you had a flow and once I was able to get products and certain things, they would just come in and it was almost just counting. So like, it's crazy to think that like my biggest selling item was Rogaine. I used to sell tons of Rogaine. So the first time that I scan it, enter in the system, take a picture of it, there's general work there, but say I get a box of 10, I'm just updating the quantity. I go to sleep, I might wake up with 4 more orders. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not as much, I generally have to trade my time. Because like, if I'm not out there to hand you the movie and collect the cash, it doesn't happen. Right. So I think I just really got into like, I hated trading so much of my time. Like, I spent years in that parking lot. When you really break it down, like it breaks down to years in that parking lot. So it's like, if this is the thing, and I'll tell anybody that's in a hustle culture or anything where like you're grinding right now, whatever you're doing, even if you think it's going to be there forever, it's not. Take some of that money and put it into other things, or even put it up as like a slush fund of something to be next. Because through all of my transitions, I never built up a cushion to like then transfer into the next thing. So like, have you thought about like retirement and shit like that? Like, have you been setting aside money so that, you know, 20, 30 years from now, you ain't gotta hustle no more? Somewhat. I don't think I'll ever retire.
You want to be 70, 80 years old.
doing something. I think I want to get to the point where I'm wealthy.
Yeah.
And what I do is something I love. But I don't think I'll ever retire.
Is there a love for the hustle?
Not anymore.
Not for any level of hustle?
Not really.
Huh.
I know it sounds crazy. I mean, we'll get into what I do now. And what I do now is definitely like, I'm in love with it.
Yeah.
I would do this over anything else in the world. Like I say this all the time that like, I wish I would have found this earlier in life, but I don't think my maturity was there. Like I've had to mature a lot. And I realized that the universe or whatever God you subscribe to, like, I'm trying to think how to say this. It just wasn't the time. Like I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. Maturity, and I get it. There's
I was immature as hell down at that plaza, bro. I was a little asshole.
I mean, we all was.
Yeah. But I'm saying like if you would have like we'll get into it more when we talk about that. But like really thinking about it overall, I don't want to say that I don't like miss the hustle and the grind, but I think it's like I've become such a family person, and like being a dad is like the main thing. Like I kind of look at it as like, all right, I'm like how I would do like I used to be like, all right, I'm a hustler. That would be like the first thing I would address myself as. Like now it's like I'm a Christian, I'm a father, I'm a businessman. It's like it's just a whole different set of like what I really subscribe to and where I'm at. Right. And I think, I don't know, I think just the mistakes, and you need those mistakes. Like I've learned from so many of my mistakes, but looking back at the mistakes, I think I would have did a lot of things different. I think I would have still hustled and grinded as much, but I would have consistently been planning what my next thing would be. And I never did that. So
there's this thing that I've been doing recently, like almost like thought exercises I do with my wife all the time, where one of the recent thought exercises, we were having this conversation and just kind of like dawned on me out of nowhere, as far as the difference between like the people that we feel are intelligent or intellectual versus the people that feel like less mature, maybe not much comprehension skills or whatever, that the idea is the difference between them is one is just practiced, where
I never thought about that like that.
You're doing stuff for so long, you're practicing like thinking, solving problems. You're practicing, making adjustments on the fly. You're practicing. So like in the hustle, you're practicing talking
I see
to
what you're saying. Like this prepared me for all this, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've done it so much.
You're right. You're right.
Where at this point in your life, so like me, I could interpret this as like, damn, Ray, you like businessman, you seem like you got it all figured out. You're so much better and so much smarter than so many other people that I know. And just recently, especially for my wife is just the most loving, angelic soul.
That's what's up.
She's like really gives me a sense of more spreading love and stuff and trying not to look down on others. So rather than looking down or looking at somebody like, man, they act stupid, it's more like they just haven't been exposed to certain things that allow them to practice it efficiently. So like someone that has or appears to have like a high IQ or high comprehension level, they just been doing it for a really long time and they got good at it.
Yeah.
But that still says a lot. Like that's still extremely significant to be that practice. I mean, to look at just everything that you told me that we talked about in this conversation is like you could write a book. It's just like the ultimate hustler because you're that practiced, because you have those experiences, right? You ever think about that? Like, I don't know, teaching or giving back, helping like younger youth people and stuff like that?
I would really like to, but I don't think it has much to do with that. I really feel like one of the most important things in this whole entire world is a father. And just the general guidance and just support of like a good male role model. I feel like I would have benefited so much from that. Like I see it now, like little moments where like I might be talking to my son something. I can remember like, damn, like I'll tell a story that will perfectly explain what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
In third grade, wasn't anything special, but I could shoot. So I was on a basketball team. All I did was sit in the backyard and I shot the same 3 all the time. So I could shoot. That's all I could do. So, you're learning at first, you're learning fundamentals, layups and stuff like that. So the first game I'm ever in, I go down and jack up a 30. I hit it. Yeah, shit. You know what I mean? I get put on the bench. No, that's not how we playing the game.
Right.
Long story short, I end up getting into it with the coach. And I wish I could apologize to him. I know he's alive and everything still. One day maybe I'll make that happen. But he told me if I kept doing that, I'm not gonna play. We all remember the craze. Man, I told him, suck it.
Yo, the X-Pac, 6-Pac, yeah. Wow.
Bro, my dad should have whooped my ass.
Yeah.
And it's my son, we don't even have that type of relationship. He wouldn't even do something like that. But if I would have had just a little bit of guidance, nah, because all that coach wanted me to do was come back and apologize.
Right.
I never went back and apologized. I never played basketball again.
Wow. Shit, well, I could be sitting in front of the Steph Curry or something.
Hell no. But situations like that, it makes me think of things like that. If not that I don't want to give back or I don't like people that much.
You and me both, bro.
I'm learning to I do like people and I don't. I like people when I want to like people. That sounds ignorant, but you're going to get the best out of me when I want to give you the best out of me.
Right.
But even being more involved with my younger son's football and even my older son's football, I'm watching, I'll tell you this is a perfect question. I'm watching a lot of daddy ball, where the coach's kids get to play the most.
Yeah.
And I will be 100% honest that the team that my son is on, coach's kids are the best kids. So they deserve that.
Right.
But I want my son to have a chance. So I had recently, inquired about possibly coaching. And he straight up asked me, do you want to coach because you want your son to play more or you want to see young men develop? Mm-hmm. And my answer caught him off guard. I straight said I can only pick one? Because now I've watched my son grow up and I'm watching these other young men develop at the same time. And of course I want my son to play.
Right.
I want him to get a chance. Right. But I also am now invested in these other young men. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's I'm watching his teammates that he's been with for 3 years come up, hey, Mr. Ray, and say, what's up? Mm-hmm. So it's I want to be more of that and be involved. But also when I'm ready to be. You see, where, I don't want to be there all the time and do this, but I want to be that voice of hey, do this, or this is the right way, or just those little nudges. I feel like those little nudges sometimes is all a young man might need to get on the right path.
Yeah. So would you ever, or have you ever considered, so I have a similar situation. My daughter plays basketball. She'll be 15. I want to say March 5th is her birthday. Yeah, I had a lot of kids, so forgive me. March 5th is her birthday.
How many kids you got?
Me and my wife got 8 total. She got 2, I got 6 of my own.
I love how you put y'all together when you bring the most stuff.
I mean, we're a union now. But I mean, they all my kids.
Yeah, definitely.
So my daughter, she'll be 15. Mm-hmm. She is 6'1" at least.
Oh wow.
She was 5'10",
Are all your kids tall?
Yeah.
Because you're tall, yeah.
Yeah. All of them are relatively. My 17-year-old's 6'2".
My son's 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old is he again? 17. I don't have any kids that tall.
6'6", 325.
Jeez. But yeah, basketball wise, my issue in watching my daughter practice and play, mm-hmm. I felt like the coaches, not that they won't let her play, but it's they would give special attention to some kids and not necessarily her. Mm-hmm. So me watching from the sideline is I can see that her fundamentals is kind of off. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking I could go home and work on some fundamentals with her, but I want to be in practice, no, this and that. So as kids are dribbling up and down the court and stuff in practice, the coaches, they're going to their favorites or whatever ones they picked out, oh yeah, you got it. No, do this. And, showing them through exercise. When my daughter was younger and she had a hard time catching on and stuff, they would show her one time and they just let her struggle the whole drill.
I know what you mean.
So it was kind of like, for me, I'm like, I want to be a coach, or I want to be in that position more so to help my kid, to get my daughter to play. But it got me to thinking, like, what if I start my own program outside of school? Like, I don't know, on a weekend or something, and get her friends that are also, students, players or whatever. Hey, come over my house at 1:00 and we're going to go through our own basketball drills and stuff like that. Like, if they said, no, you can't coach, or we don't want you to be a coach, like, would you consider something like that? Or is it like specifically you just wanted to be a coach?
I hope nobody from the team watches this, or this part should be cut out. If they ain't coach, he's going to another team.
Why?
My son's the truth.
Yeah?
Yes.
I dig it. So cut this part out.
No, you can leave it. You can leave it on there. Swear. My son is the last year he was the third fastest 7-year-old on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he runs in the 8. So yeah, I'm not concerned about it at all.
Yeah.
We right now are planning to break the 400 meter record for 8U or 8Y, whatever it would be. Yeah.
Wow.
So like if they really, and this is the truth, his coaches are great. He got a great coaching staff, and I would honestly never want to take him from. Like, he's also grown with these other fathers too. And it's not going to be like that, but I kind of have a situation. It's not even that I want to coach. I just want to be more involved. Exactly what you said. Where sometimes my son's everywhere, and at least the dads that are on the field get to give a little redirection. Hey, go do this or try this. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And I'm also a very realistic coach that if somebody's better than my son, they 100% deserve that spot over my son.
Right.
I want my son that if he sees somebody that's better than him, use that as motivation to grow or get better. Because I'm not even going to lie. There's some kids that he raced last year in track that I know motivated him. And now that motivation is going to they made him better.
Yeah.
Like, this boy's faster than you. Do you want to work? He's also showing you he's being real receptive, helping you. So it's like there's that general competition. There's different things. But yeah, if they pull something and ain't let me coach, because this is the other thing. I got a couple of hood teams that are like, oh, bring them. Come on, bring them.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
Yeah.
That's always the thing. I mean, everybody wants the stars, fast kids, stuff like that. So,
but that's the thing, that if my son wasn't that kid, wouldn't even be pushing for it. I'm realistic.
Would you try to get him on the the travel teams and stuff?
We did. We tried out for the FB. I forget what it was. They played down in Florida. He didn't make it.
I heard that the travel teams are a waste. Like, at that age.
Yes and no. They're a waste. They're a waste if your kid isn't going to continue to play high level ball. Because like what we grew up with like midget and high school and all that, it is totally different. Everything's different. Like, I'm already now, he got a social media page. We're already posting highlights. We're already posting clips, and he's 7. Well, he's 8 now.
Wow. What's the significance of that? Why do that?
Money. You mean, well, the significance of it is to get those eyes on him early, to build that rapport early. Because
the NIL deals and stuff
there's
like
all
that.
types of money.
Yeah.
Everything's about money now.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not just like, all right, here's my little cash cow, we gonna make some money. But my biggest thing was always that if my kids are gonna be born with a little bit of athletic ability and you love what you do, let's use that as a vehicle to get you a higher education. So like my son right now, he's an offensive lineman. You know, everybody has dreams in NFL, but he also is realistic that, I can go to school for free and still play and get paid to play. So it's like, it's always you dream and you hope big for that, but we're also realistic.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Did you go to school, college?
No. I mean, but kinda, sorta. I went to CCAC for accounting.
Okay, this is like, I guess, pushing more towards the kids, because you said your son is like happy with the idea of like going to school for free and and making money and stuff. Where'd they get that? Like, did you instill that? Hey, go to school. In them?
I think I instill part of it. I really do believe I'm a good dad, but my son has matured a lot and come to a lot of realizations himself. Like, I remember maybe in 10th grade, we started looking at like, what do you want to go to school for? He always wanted to go to school for history. And I straight told him, fuck that. It makes zero fucking sense. Yeah. We watched a few videos on like, like different salaries and stuff for like history majors. Like, nigga, fuck that.
Yeah.
So from a young, maybe I didn't steal from him because I told him from a young age, go for something you like and that you can make as much money as fucking possible. And then you can volunteer at the museum. You can have a section of the museum that you donate to. Why would you want to sit there and talk about history when you could do this you love and then do it as like, you shouldn't feel like this is your job. Like making $12 an hour working at the Carnegie Museum. Like I was like, bro, like, what are you like?
Bro, I do the same thing. I took my son to, we went to Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
They had like this little plastic thing to like clean toilets. And it was, I want to say it was like $6, $7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they said they had a now hiring sign. It was like $15 or something like that an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, look at that. Like they're hiring for $15 an hour, but this little plastic thing right here would take like half of that money. This is worth half an hour. I was like, look at it. Gave it to him. Let them feel it, how flimsy it was. Like, is that worth a half hour of your time? Like, you don't want to do no shit like that.
Mm. You got to explain to them, like, how the world is. Like,
yeah.
No, but we didn't have to do that. I feel like, I don't know how life was for you, but growing up, I kind of had an idea that I had straight up knew we were poor. I knew we were poor.
The last interview I did yesterday, we were saying the same thing. First, let me clear this up. I'm not saying nothing against hardworking people that make $15 an hour.
I am. I'm just playing.
No,
I'm playing.
Take the toxic shit over there. Nothing toxic to those people.
No, not at all.
If my whole thing is love your job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't slave yourself and be in a miserable position for money that you could make more or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, working at Home Depot, I imagine there's some people out there that might love it. They might love, the whole home improvement thing or whatever else. But in general, I don't think most people aspire to work in a place like that. Like,
so Home Depot's not a bad job. Some of them, I think that's where they start. If you have like some experience, they'll pay you a little bit more. Like if you
not even saying, I'm not saying don't work at Home Depot. I'm saying in general, whether it's Home Depot, Walmart, Sheetz, like a basic job that you're not actually doing something that's like triggering your intelligence or something that aligns with your hobbies or your interests. Like something you said, like basically find a place that you love what you're doing and basically you won't work like a day in your life.
I know what you mean.
I would rather my kids do that and make $15 an hour than to work feeling like they're slaving for somebody else, some stuff that they don't want to do, and they making $15 an hour.
See, I see two sides of it. I'm willing to slave for a while to get to a greater point.
So, okay. That's relevant, right? Because, it's life.
I would take a very high-paying, hard as hell job.
Yeah.
And
As
do
a
it,
stepping stone.
And do it for a period of time.
And that...
But we're looking at it as fathers.
Wait, what year were you born?
89.
Okay, so millennial, much less Gen X. But you got like some Gen X concepts in you.
Yeah.
That's a thing of I don't know, just that early 80s, 70s, like manliness, tough it out, to make it pop, take care of your family, your kids, all of that stuff.
Because I'll tell you this, I've had some down times where with like my kids being involved in a lot of sports and me not want to miss them, me basically concede and like kind of be like, all right, I'm going to live kind of like a butt-ass existence for the next couple months. Because if I do go grind hard, like we'll put it this way, all right, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, got games, high school games. Saturdays, we had college visits. And then Sundays was my younger son's games. And there's a lot of jobs that I could have took, but I wouldn't have been able to be there for that. So I kind of had to concede to like, all right, I'm going to kind of be butt and live within these means right now so I can watch this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That is big. That's grown man dad shit right there.
But you know what's crazy? It 100% was worth it.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's been times where I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you cool.
There's been times where I've been broke as fuck. Like $42 in my bank account, really no food. And like I'm with my kids on the couch and I'm happier than I've ever been in my life.
So for me, the way that I explain this, I feel like some people's probably going to interpret me as like a deadbeat or some shit like that. I have this concept of dad is the breadwinner. Dad is, gone all day. You might not see dad.
Mm-hmm.
He might try to, play race cars with you, shoot the basketball or something like that every once in a while. But for the most part, dad is out making money. He's moving and shaking. Like, my stepdad was in the house, but it was always, I'm going to go see a man about a horse. And I'm not saying that's the way it should be or it's supposed to be or anything. Like, I'm not championing that or arguing for it. But it's like almost embedded in me to where if there's money on the table and there's a need, like that survival concept of like, hey, I need to make sure the lights is going to be on not only for today, but for all these other months and stuff like that. So, y'all run along, go play somewhere, I'm going to go to work.
Yeah.
I wish I had that though. Like what you were just explaining, because there's a part of me that looks at my kids and feels like I missed a large part of their childhood. Like I look at my 17-year-old and realize I can't even remember a time where, I took him sled riding in the snow or, we may have shot the basketball a couple times, threw the football a couple times. He's 17 years old right now. Definitely almost 100% less than 50 times, me and him specifically, my son, we have done like some one-on-one dad stuff. Mm-hmm. And all because I was young, my mentality was, dad need to go out, grind, do all this, make money, blah, blah, blah. Still in 2025, we ain't in no mansion yet. You know what I mean? And I'm just now realizing the faults of that. I just wanted to mention that, especially for the audience and stuff, for the people that's still younger, like, and to support what you're saying. Like, if anyone that still has time, like, you should definitely take that opportunity because the cycle just keeps repeating. Like, if you ain't got it by now, you probably ain't gonna get it till you change something up significantly.
No, you're right. I'll tell a perfect story of why I'm the way I am with that. So, like, I had a dad that was there, lived with me my whole entire life for the most part, but wasn't there. So he was a happy drunk. I've been waiting to tell, this is what's up, I've been waiting to tell this story. I can't wait to tell this story. So one night, remember Circuit City?
Yeah.
All right. One night, I'm like watching hockey with my mom. I used to love hockey. And he's like, you know what? Get in the car. We drive over to Circuit City. He bought me the brand new PS1. Brand new. I was so happy. Like, I remember everything. I remember how the store felt. I remember like being like, for real. Like, I remember like picking out the game, everything. I remember getting home, setting it up. Everything was amazing. I remember laying, because I end up inheriting my childhood home. So like, I live now where I used to live. My son's room is my room, but we redid the whole entire house. So like, there was brown carpet. I remember what the brown carpet felt like. I remember sitting there in front of that big ass tube TV. You know, them TVs used to be trash.
Yeah.
And I played it. Me and my son ended up going and watching a quick video on like what the game actually looked like. Because in my mind, the graphics were the greatest graphics I had ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
They looked amazing. And this might be like, this is probably 1997 or 98. So like, just picture what like NHL hockey looked like back then.
Yeah.
The beginning of the game, like it, panoramic view of like the igloo. Like, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I played it all night. Bro, when I woke up, that nigga took that shit back to the store.
What? Why?
So my dad passed away now, bless his heart or whatever. But I asked him one time, I went over his house and I asked him, did he remember doing that? And he said, yeah. And it made me feel so good because I was like, I knew I didn't make that shit up. Because it don't even sound like some real shit for real.
Yeah.
And he was like, I looked over like, you remember that? He was like, he said, yeah. I don't know why he took, well, he was a happy drunk.
Yeah.
So he got happy. I mean, he got drunk, was happy, took me to buy it. Yeah. And must have woke up the next day like, oh shit.
Spend some money he wasn't supposed to spend.
This is what's diabolical about it. I remember the carpet.
Yeah.
Bro, I woke up and the game was gone. So that means as I was asleep, that nigga had to be putting it back into the box and stuff.
Yo, that sounds traumatic.
It does. Bro. No, it's hilarious. One day I was thinking like, I wanted to do it for the longest, especially with, you know, how AI is. I want to make a cartoon of it. I think that would be hilarious. But situations like that, having a dad that was always there, but not there, made me just want to totally change it. Like, so, you know, there's literally a few months ago, I'm 100%, I'm not even pulling just a story, just making something up. I'll even get realer. Even before that, that's why, like, you know, I got a lot closer to God, and I do believe everything happens for a reason. I feel like even, you know, me kind of being in a bad situation humbled me. I needed to be humbled. But I remember one time, a few months ago, Chase, he had got his first touchdown. And he had said to me, like, can we still get pizza? And I have no money. None at all. Like, I didn't have any money. And I remember, I was like, yeah, we'll get pizza. Because I knew, like, I had friends. Like, I could, you know, a bunch of people. I got close friends. Hey, bro, can I hold 40? Like, somebody would help me out.
Yeah.
But I remember going down and, like, taking the clothes out the dryer. And I must have washed a $50 bill, and there was a $50 bill right there.
Man, that's the feeling right there.
And I was just like, I'm all right, I'm cool. And then the biggest thing that I told myself in that moment, and even moments where I'm at a traffic light and they're yelling and stuff, one day I'm gonna be old and I'm gonna tell myself, like, I would do anything in the world to get back to that one moment where I thought I was stressed out. So I'd rather have $50 and be happy getting my kids pizza and really living in that moment, being where my feet are, like really living in that moment, because one day I'm gonna want that moment again. So like, even through like the bad times, good times, all that, like I just roll with the punches now. Like, I feel like it has to happen. Like, certain things have to be the way they are.
That is so enlightening for me. Like, hearing this story, talk to you, this is why I fucking love this. Like, this is literally the reason why I wanted to do this podcast. Like, remember how I explained before we started that, like, I just want to have conversations with people, like, to listen and understand other people's perspectives and you know, stories of their life. Like, I feel like it helps me to, you know, mold me and see the world from a better view. So me with my kids, I've always, a part of the reason why I feel like I missed like their childhood and stuff, and even though I was there the whole time.
I missed a lot too, and I'll tell you about that after you tell me this.
It was like, I interpreted, so we'll take my 10-year-old now. I was looking at old videos, because we always record, you know, birthdays and just random moments playing and stuff. I was looking at an old video when he was like 6. And no, matter of fact, is he 6? Yeah, he was like 6. I took all my kids, we went to Erie with my dad. So it was literally my dad, me, and all 6 of my kids before I was married. 6 at the time. We're all going fishing and stuff. I remember that fishing trip. He had the fishing rod in his hand and he went to throw it. We're on a wall, it's like a real high wall. He went to throw his line out and threw the whole entire fishing rod into the water. There's no way to get down to get the fishing rod. I was so mad. And I feel like, just based on the memory of it, it was like I treated him as if he was like 12 or 13. Like yelling, like, yo, what the hell is you doing?
And he was 6.
And he was 6. And as I'm watching the video recently, he's 10 now, going on 11. I'm watching the video and I'm like, yo, he was just a baby. And it's like, I have very minimal memory of him being a baby. And it kind of feels like he was 10 all his life. And it just hit me like, dude, you've been treating him like that. You've been talking to him as if he's way older, way more mature.
Is that your youngest?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when I realized that a part of me is still stuck in survival mode. The survival mode of, we don't have the opportunity to be wasteful. We don't have the opportunity, you know, to waste food. We can't be leaving snacks and wrappers around the house. We're going to get mice. You can't be breaking stuff. We can't afford to buy another one. You can't throw your fishing rod in the water. I got to buy another one. Even though I got the money for it, mentally, still being in survival mode is like almost like I'm giving my kids the trauma that I have of, no, you need to be a soldier, you need to be tough, you need to make sure that all this is okay. And you know, if you make a mistake or accidents happen, you need to correct it immediately and make sure it don't happen again, rather than just letting them be babies.
Yeah.
And that shit just slapped me in the face like, dog, not his childhood's gone, because obviously he's still 10.
Yeah, he's still young.
But it just hit me like, that's where his youth went, like because of my trauma, because of me being in survival mode. Even though like now I make decent money or whatever, and technically I'm like not check to check or survival or anything, but because it's a mental thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely can understand that. I missed a lot of, I don't want to say I missed a lot. It just, I wasn't the dad I am now. And I definitely have to shout him out, because somebody had told me, I'm saying somebody, I always say somebody told me something. I just don't remember where I heard it from, but we raised each other, because I had him at 17. So we raised each other. So there's moments where like, I know he sees me like doing way more with his little brothers, but I always take the time to remind him like, you're the reason this is it. Like you were the first one, and I learned so much from you. And that's why like, even with right now his football journey, we're looking at colleges, different situations. And it's like, yo, I will always ride for you, do whatever for you. And it may seem like, you know, your brothers, it is what it is. Your brothers are gonna have more and do more and stuff. Life's different, but none of this would have been possible without you. You know what I mean? So, and that's the biggest thing. Like he taught me how to be a dad. I didn't know what I was doing, like at all. Not one bit. 17-year-old having a 17-year-old, it's wild. Like I even joke with him now, like he's at home right now in his room. Like when I get home, like I'll go in his room, I'll be like, you know, I made you in here. I'll be saying shit like, he's like, oh, like, you don't gotta tell me that. But like looking at him, being like, yo, he's 17. I had you when I was you. Like you couldn't have you. Like you need, like it's just it's so wild. It's so wild.
It's funny you say that. I had a joke to my son one time. My wife didn't like it. She was like, why would you say that to him? He gonna say something like we on that same page. He's 17. And he talking on the phone to his girls or something. Like, you ain't got no chicks. Like, I got more than you. Like, I banged your mom. But I feel like dads are supposed to do that.
Yeah, we are, bro. Bro, I can't wait till they all get older. I'm like, which one of your moms got better hair? Like, I heard some people doing stuff like that. They don't, I know you've had this moment. It's an amazing moment when you and your son notice an ass at the same time. Or y'all haven't had that moment yet?
Not yet. So,
like, or not even an ass, because I don't want it to sound like all sexist and all that. Because I'm gonna get into something I tell him about, like how I try to really make my older son and just my sons in general different and not a womanizer like I was for the most part. Yeah. But when you can be somewhere and like something bad walks past and like you see your son, you're like, y'all both see each other like, oh, you're older now, you get it. You know what I mean?
So my two older sons, two oldest sons, my oldest, let's just say he likes different type of women.
Okay.
Than me. My second oldest son is, when it comes to just girls in general and how he acts towards them, he's almost like an exact replica of me when I was his age.
Yeah.
However, we live in basically the suburbs, like South Ed School District. Out there is like mostly almost not black at all. Like we are one of very few black families. There's a lot more now than what it was, but not many.
Yeah.
So he's dealing with all the other cultures and races and stuff like that. Where me, growing up in the hood, I'm typically looking at the black girl, the stick, curvy, whatever else. When she walked by, like, oh, wow.
Okay.
Him, I'm like, yo, look at that. And he like,
Okay, I see it. No, me and my son, we the same a little bit on that. Yeah, a little bit on that. But even I tell him, I tell him, like, I tell him that it's not everything you think it is, though. Like with women, I feel like one of the flaws of men is that we kind of set other men up for failure.
What you mean?
Like, remember going to Kennywood? Mm-hmm. Your elders, your peers, people you looked up to, what did they say? Like, oh, you get some numbers and all that? Did you get on some girls? Like, that's what Kennywood was, a fashion show, kind of.
That was definitely peers.
Yeah, your peers. They was, getting girls was like an achievement.
Yeah, 100%.
But was it really an achievement? Like, let's think of, and I'm sorry I used the N-word earlier because I'm trying not to use the N-word, but let's think of the dude that got the most girls in high school. Mm-hmm. He could be doing good now, so we're not going to pick if he did good or bad.
Right.
But what did getting all them girls do?
For him?
Yeah. Besides like confidence, we're not talking about any of the surface level. Like when it's all said and done, like if he was in the room with us, like, yeah, bro, I had everybody. Because there's that dude, we know that dude, like, oh yeah, I used to have them all. Yeah. All right, what do you got now? Or like what? That's what I feel like we were kind of sold somewhat of like this dream, like conquering vagina was like a conquest that like we needed to like get all our soldiers ready for like, you better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like there's so many rabbit holes that we could go down with this.
There is.
But I agree. Mm-hmm. In fact, my music career, I tell everybody, like 100% officially, my music career ended because I was too caught up in women. Like I had to retire basically.
Can you explain? Can you explain?
Yeah.
All right.
So most of my youth, literally from like when I got out of high school, we'll say, early 20s up until my 30s, mm-hmm. I was girl crazy. It was, try to get on this girl and be with her for a few months, few weeks, whatever, then try to get on this girl. It'd be so bad to the point, it'd be like, late at night on a Friday and I'm sitting there bored. Oh, let me get on Facebook and, try to see if I can find a chick and mm-hmm. try to see if I can get her over. All of that came from when I was a teenager. All of my peers and even older dudes that I hung around was like, oh, you ain't hit that yet?
Yeah.
Go get that number.
Yeah.
And it was a status symbol.
It was.
A status symbol mm-hmm. of, you the man if you could get girls. So it got to a point to where I was like running, trying to do as much as I could to get women. And then I started to build that status. Mm-hmm. And I started to be known as the guy that had all the women, to the point dudes would call me like, yo, you got some chicks, or can I stop by? Yeah. Just pop up at my crib and, yo, who you got? And it was a thing for us. Like, let's go hang out with these chicks. The kids call it now? What? A 2-man. Yeah. Same concept. So for me, it was bad because I don't want to call it a serial lover. Like I definitely don't want to down myself.
Serial lover.
Yeah, where it was like super passionate, and I prefer intimate connections, like real close conversations and stuff like that, one-on-one. So any woman that I got with was like, not love bombing, but it felt like the most passion and intensity. Like I want to be super close, like Netflix and chill, we face to face in a bedroom, even if we ain't doing nothing. Well, those situations lead to more. The next day, I need to make some music. Yeah, I get out of here. And when she gone or she do something annoying, it was the next chick. Yeah. So what happened was, times when I should have been creating, times when I should have been serious about my business, times when I should have been making money or thinking about my money, I was all into women. So all the way up until I started having kids, a part of the reason why, or most of the reason why I wasn't as big as like a Kanye West or something like that, is because I was dedicating more than half my time to chasing women. Then I started having kids. And once I started having kids, you need money for X, Y, Z, whatever. So that takes away from, investing more in your career. And there's the tag of being a deadbeat, of like not being around, not giving. I was giving money, trying to, not giving enough, not spending time. Why are you never available? That mixed with always chasing women, it hit, it hit a point where I was 30 something, early 30s, 33 or something. And in and out of relationships between, you know, baby moms and random girlfriends and stuff. And I'm like, bro, if I would have just went to school, like I've been in this rap career chasing all this money. If I would have just went to school, like after high school, I could have been like a doctor or something already.
With all the time.
With all the time that was wasted. So that's when I decided to go back to school for engineering.
Okay.
And literally like after that, within that process, my whole shift changed. You know, I met somebody, was engaged for a while, eventually met my wife, but yeah, life changed. You over there playing musical cup?
No, I was like, you can see like some of the coffee grounds. What was I about to say to you? Well, I just had a question. It was a good one. How many children's mothers do you have? More than one?
Yeah. 5.
Oh man.
So one has 2 kids.
Yeah.
And the rest have 1.
Is that a lot to deal with? Because I'll give you, you're a beast for even like getting everybody together.
At some time, some point in the past, okay, mind you, 44 now, like I'm a grown up. Back when I wasn't a grown up, it was really difficult.
Yeah.
And there's a time period between when you decide in your mind, I want to be a grown up now and start walking the walk of a grown up, a time period between that to when you actually have peace.
Mm-hmm.
And even though now I actually have peace, there's still a couple moments here and there that's like reminiscent of the past. Like,
because you got conflicting opinions and different ideas.
All different types.
I will say this, and I don't know if it's the same for you, and I look in the camera sometimes, I'll be serious, that if you have baby mama drama, stop fucking your baby's mom.
Yeah. So it's been a very, very long time since I've been with any of my baby moms. Like an extremely long time. That's, me and my cousin would call it biting the apple. Like Adam and Eve, don't bite the apple.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. It's like, especially if she like on you trying to push you to, don't bite the apple. But the time from the last time you hit it, a lot of time needs to pass before y'all like on peaceful terms.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Leave your baby moms alone.
I think one of the bigger issues, and I'm not saying you did this, I know I've definitely done this, is somebody will people say women are crazy, but people do crazy things to women and women just react. I think a lot of things are a reaction. Women are also crazy, but me, most of my life, I've caused most of my own issues.
My response to that is,
I'm very fortunate. I don't have any baby mama drama. I get my kids. We don't argue. So I'm lucky with that. But I will say that most of the issues I've had were self-inflicted. I caused myself, me personally. Now, I have friends that they deal with stuff that don't even make sense.
Yeah.
So like, I know that's not everybody, but I know I caused my own issues.
So I agree and kind of don't agree with part of that. I agree 100% with we can add to or create our own madness that we're in dramas.
But you still think women are crazy?
I don't want to come across as a sexist or anything like that. I don't think women are like crazy. I do look at it like, me and my wife, we talk about this all the time, of the difference in like how we interpret and understand. And maybe it's not just a woman thing. Maybe it's like certain types of people. It just feels like it's mostly women, where they like to feel like what you're saying and base what you're saying on, like, not base it on their emotions, but base their emotions based on what you say and how you say. So like, for example, you take somebody like Andrew Tate. And I know a lot of people going to try to cancel me for this, but whatever. I've had a video where, and I did this on purpose to my wife. I had a video where Andrew Tate was saying something. She hates Andrew Tate. I played that video of Andrew Tate saying something. And she's like, that's horrible. He's saying X, Y, Z. I hate him. Get him out of my house. I'll ever play him again. it was like a black pastor or something who basically said the same exact thing, but he said it in like the nice, super sweet way.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it for her. And she's like, yeah, that, I agree 100%. Like, baby, they said the same exact thing. It's just, you already had like predisposition to Andrew Tate, don't like him. And then his tone, his ego, the way it came across, you just completely shut it down. Stuff like that to me, it's like less logic. I wouldn't call it crazy, but it's so different from like me and how I operate logically. This like, I just don't understand it. So when you have those situations where maybe not necessarily, you know, busting out your car window or, you know, slicing up your clothes and stuff like that. Maybe not that extent, but there are moments where something logically can make sense to you. And because the emotions are so high and running crazy, it's like...
No, so, all right, I don't disagree with you, but being emotional and being crazy could be different.
I agree.
So a lot of times, like in that situation, she's reacting way more off emotion. She doesn't like the person, they trigger her. So, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So depending on what the situation is that she experiences. So maybe not, you know.
Mine's just me doing wild shit, them reacting, me being like, what'd I do? Like, that was my thing.
Did you know you did something wrong?
Yeah, 100%.
So it was like playing innocent, like I ain't really do nothing?
This is gonna sound like a lie. It's been so long since I've really been in some fuck shit that I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, there's both sides of it. I mean, I wanted my cake and eat it too. I did. I mean, it's just, most of my life, the decisions I've made that were bad in relationships was just out of selfishness. Or to realize like, you know, you're trying to find somebody to fill a void for certain things, attention and all that. My thing was attention. I look to women for attention, not realizing that I don't deserve attention, and also that I don't always deserve attention, and all attention isn't good attention. Yeah. So mine definitely was selfish. Like looking back on it, there's a lot of mistakes I made.
You feel like you healed from that completely?
I don't think you ever really heal from it.
How so?
We could get really deep. Like, I know, like, because I psychoanalyze myself so much. My attention issues are from, like, not getting the attention from my parents the right way. So then, you know, you transition into school and I'm acting out and misbehaving to get attention. Yeah. And then, you know, it gets to a point that, you know, I turn from this cute, light-skinned little kid into this young man with braids. It's like, oh, it's not cute no more. So then, you know, that attention of being a class clown or doing, like, little simple things or, you know, just whatever ends up, I don't want to say going to criminal, but because it's not straight into criminal, but then it becomes like more of like an issue or a problem. Like we'll say it goes to problem. And it's like, if you don't mature out of that, then I'm not going to say that immediately means you're going to go, oh, I'm going to go start committing crimes. But if you're bad in school, getting fights and getting worse, like it only leads down a certain path. Right. So I think my moment was where, you know, I went from like normal school to like alternative school. And they were really bad. So like I went from like, oh, you know, like I might, I'll tell you exactly what happened that got me kicked out. Remember the incense and oils, you know, Muslim oils, you put the little oil on. Immature thing, somebody in the back of the classroom farted. You know, we're all kids. So I poured some of the little Muslim oil in the radiator, you know, the vent, the heating thing that was by the window. A bunch of kids had asthma attacks and stuff. The school thought I did it on purpose. I'm like crying, begging, like, why would I do that? But I had built up such a rapport of Rainer's an asshole, I do this, I do that, that by that time, nope. So I went to alternative school. At that point, I was like, oh, I need to mature a little bit. You know what I mean? So it was maturity, really.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. My son has been through similar type situations and stuff like that. And then the attention thing, that was probably my thing too, from the women. Like just, you know, mom issues when I was a kid, wanting attention and stuff like that. That was definitely a thing.
But then after school, I mean, you know, what's the next thing into it? I matured enough to know that I can't keep acting crazy or, you know what I mean, doing stuff or getting in trouble. Right. And, you know, I'll fight whoever, it doesn't matter. But I wasn't looking for fights. Right. Like I didn't go to school looking for a fight. Some of these kids went to school looking for fights. So then like, So I'm like, I want to get out of this. But I think then it evolved into its own thing where, I was still trying to fill a void for attention. And then, if me and a girl were getting along, things are good, and you're not giving me the attention I want, then I go to seek it from somewhere else. And I think that's the next level of, I had to mature out of that situation to get me out of like that bad adolescence. Yeah. And then I had to mature out of the next situation.
I feel like you just, like all that, the rambling, the mouthful that I was trying to get to explain what I was doing, like mess up my career. I feel like you articulated that like perfect.
Yeah.
Just moving on to the next one. But yeah, same exact thing. Wow. So, okay. So where did we leave off on the hustle stuff? Was it
Amazon? So Amazon slowly faded off. The pandemic with Amazon was amazing. By the time I had left Metro, I was just doing, well, I say Amazon as a blanket term. I was selling on a lot of different sites. Okay. I was selling on different sites. I was also doing wholesale to like stores and flea markets and stuff.
Hold up, before we shift completely, stop selling shoes, you said what, 2016?
Yeah, 2016, 2017.
So that's like 26?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Somewhere around there.
And that's when Amazon started?
Somewhat. I mean, it first started with just selling stuff on eBay because I was always selling shoes on eBay.
Right.
I did vintage clothing for a little bit. I also had a thing called I Hate Vintage. I really should have stuck with that because that ended up going really big. Like there was a certain time, like it's one of those industries, if I would have got in at that time and stayed in, I probably would have did good. But I got in and out. I just didn't really see the growth in it. I did the vintage thing more just out of a love for like old vintage clothing, like shirts, finding cool stuff myself. So I had already become a little bit versed with like posting stuff online, like using different markets, running ads and stuff. So like I kind of knew a little bit. It's just the type of items I opened up my mind to be like, oh, we could sell anything. Like I could sell whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So I was real early. Like I was one of the early people that was getting pallets. I was getting pallets back then.
Wait. Like, this is a whole new. Hold on, time out. So I was trying to do like a whole little segue, like, oh, personal life while you doing this Amazon stuff. But let's shift for a second. Pallets. Yeah. So my understanding of pallet, like we have MacBids now, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
But pallets.
You know, it's crazy. I was doing MacBid 5 years ago before anybody knew MacBid.
It was here?
Yeah. It wasn't here. It was like in Beaver. Like I knew about MacBid a while before. One of my friend's moms put me on it. I was like, are you serious? It was cheap as hell. And their fees are ridiculous now.
It's horrible now. Like it's so much competition. Like even it's just wild. To buy stuff that you want. Like you might luck up and grab something, but. So you was getting pallets, like the pallets from the store. So it's just like the return items and they would just, I hear it almost as if it's like a phantom or a ghost, like a myth or something where people's promoting, you know, those advertisements on social media where they're like, oh, you could get rich and, you know, buy this pallet.
It's all real, 100%. The problem is, are you willing to do what it takes for it to work like that? And are you going to make the right connections? Because it's so saturated now, anybody can go get a pallet. But if, all right, let's, I'm trying to think of like a thought experiment. So if I buy a pallet, I don't even know what they go for now, but if I buy everybody has access to it now. So it just doesn't make any sense. I think, and it's a loop. Like Mac is a loop where I buy something off Amazon, I didn't like it or it didn't work, so I send it back. There are certain items that they literally cannot resell to the public on Amazon, so they automatically go to MacBid. But then you also have people that, I have an air fryer broke, I'm gonna buy a new air fryer, I'm gonna put the broke air fryer in a box. That's what ended up going to MacBid. It's all just a loop, and I don't think it's sustainable. And it's just everybody now has access to it. So it's like the marketplace is watered down. So say if I was able to grab a pallet for $500, break it down, and make $1,200 off of it. That sounds fire, $700 profit. Yeah. Well, now they're selling that pallet for more or less or whatever it may be, and multiple people can buy them. And now that pallet here, you buy one, I buy one, and we're both putting online where, you know, like say an item on here might have been $12. Well, you're selling yours for 12, so I'm gonna sell mine for 11. And then this guy comes over here, he's going, so it's like, I just think it's watered down now. I got in real early.
The Amazon business, like,
You had to be ungated. You had to have certain invoices, and you had to have certain licensing to sell certain products at certain times. It was a lot to it.
So both of them. I mean, I guess where I'm getting at is people are on this idea of like, what's the next hustle? Not because this hustle I have isn't working, but one of these is a lottery ticket. You hear these stories of people that's doing, buying pallets and reselling them, or, selling on Amazon, and they're getting rich off of it. Like, is it really what they try to sell it as, or what they're hyping it up as?
I mean, it is, but it's one of those things where, let me see this. I was about to be like, let me get some corn, man. My lip is dry as hell. But it's one of those things where, wait, what was that question in my bed?
Is it real as being the ticket?
It
like,
was.
To make money, get rich?
It was. Just like anything.
Amazon.
If you got into a certain niche or a certain thing in the beginning and was able to really turn up on it, it was fire. Like, you remember everybody, for the longest, it's still talk about affiliate marketing. Where like, all right, I do a video, you click my link and buy this item. There was a point where that was everything has a time period where if you get in at that point,
before it becomes popular.
Yeah, and I mean, certain things will keep running, and while the hype's done and you like beat through all the hype, like, say I get in, say this thing has a 20-year span and I get in a year 3, but you get in a year 1, you might be burnt out by year 5. I got in a year 3, I might get out a year 8, but you might have somebody got in a year 2 and was able to ride it through the storm and weather through it and made right business decisions at certain times and pivoted to certain items and certain industries. And it feels like the palette thing just wasn't one of those where if you ran it right, it could be sustainable. I could be 100% wrong. Like, MacBid probably started with somebody similar like me that was getting it and then warehoused it and kept building and then bought more units. Similar to where I was like, maybe I was thinking small with the shoes. Right. Maybe I could have kept growing. But it's just, the passion wasn't there with that. And with the pallets, it's just like, same with the shoes, it gets watered down. You have everybody wants to have a side hustle.
Right.
Everybody wants to sell something online. Everybody, what I was just talking to my girl about this. The word entrepreneur, I hate that fucking word.
Why?
Because it's a blanket term for whatever the fuck you want it to be.
What you mean?
All right, ask me what I do.
What do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
So it's vague.
It's very vague.
And it doesn't cover.
And I feel like also black people, anytime, it's not a shot at just black people, I'm sorry. But anytime you got an eyelash business, you're selling plates, you're selling stuff from pallets, I'm an entrepreneur.
So couldn't that just be defined as I'm doing whatever I'm able to do, but for myself? So like, rather than punching a clock for someone else, I might be an eyelash tech right now, but a week from now, it might be Amazon or.
So if you're an eyelash tech right now, and not to throw any shade at eyelash techs, and you claim, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an eyelash tech. 5 years from now, when you go back to work at Shady Side Hospital, that sounds like it's very specific. It's not.
Yeah, like, who are you talking to?
I'm just thinking like a regular ass job. Are you still an entrepreneur? Like, what is an entrepreneur? What's? So
before you look it up, I feel like my definition, which I got from like a marketing guy online, the definition of an entrepreneur is, there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and being self-employed. Entrepreneur, it doesn't work.
Yeah, most of the people say they're entrepreneurs ain't entrepreneurs with this definition.
So tell me if my definition is right. I might be off. Entrepreneurs are not self-employed. Self-employed means, like an eyelash tech, for example, if that's your business and you're the one doing the eyelashes, you are self-employed. Entrepreneur would be someone that more so maybe owns the business or maybe buys the business.
But you couldn't tell her that.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Am I close on the definition?
Yes, actually. A person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so.
Yeah. So basically, you're not doing the work. You're making the investments and collecting, returns and stuff like that. But no, there's status in the word entrepreneur.
It is. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know where I got that from? You ever watched that? It's crazy. We should do one in Pittsburgh. That would be funny.
What's that?
Balloon Pop. You ever see that Balloon Pop show?
I think they tried to.
It probably failed. But that's
wait. Hold on, tell me.
I think all the young media and streamer people in Pittsburgh are trash. And I'm low key coming at everybody, and I really don't. No, I'm just playing. I don't think that.
Hold on.
But I just think Pittsburgh doesn't have a set group of people that are popping and we're actually doing something.
Why? Where did that energy come from?
That I just gave that?
That it probably failed. Yeah.
No, because that came from the natural asshole deep in my soul. That didn't come from shooting shot at anybody. I don't know if they did.
Well, no. What I'm saying, you had to have a feeling about
I think I have a negative connotation towards Pittsburgh.
Why?
It's a small city. I feel like it's hard. I feel like the main people that get out of it don't claim it. So it doesn't seem like anything. That sounds like some hating ass shit, don't it?
A little bit. But no, we gonna get to the bottom of it. I think understand it.
I'm trying to even think where this comes from. I think honestly, me saying this probably failed is just me being a hater, just in general, just being an asshole, just being funny. But
I would say I would add to that. I felt like that at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of ties into what I was saying earlier about different comprehension levels where one person's more practiced at it than another.
Mm-hmm.
I used to look at, and it may not even be mostly Pittsburgh, but I used to look at the average person like I hate people, and the average person is fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they're stupid. Again, it's just that I was always a curious person where I wanted to know how stuff worked. Of course, it took, for me blowing fuses in my house because I'm sticking forks in the outlet just to see how it worked. But that curious mind I've had throughout my whole life. You find a bird, dig a stick in it, not just to play with a dead bird, but I want to see what the inside of it looked like.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, I didn't microwave animals. I didn't actually kill them. But throughout my life, I was curious and I was really practiced at being curious and solving problems. And that turned me into the person I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was it. So there was a large portion of my life where, things that I understood, I'm having a conversation with someone, even about business. And, having a conversation about business, bro, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. I remember having a conversation with a rapper one time and he's posting his link on WPXI, trying to promote his album, WPXI's Facebook page. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? That's fucking stupid. You don't expect to get views, do you? And he flipped out on me and I'm like, he just must be stupid. And that whole energy that I had was yeah, I don't like y'all. I don't like most of, this city or these types of people or whatever, because y'all are just fucking dumb. Why can't y'all understand how to act to get to X, Y, Z? And then, when that concept hit me of being practiced and stuff, just not everybody necessarily had the opportunity.
No,
but,
I was gonna say, no, it definitely sounded like some hating shit for me to. What?
Do you feel like you share that opinion or perspective?
I feel like I have at certain points because there's a lot of people doing dope stuff in the city. I got a friend named Moo. He got clothing. He got a company. There's a lot of people doing stuff that's dope. I think when it came to just the media stuff of Pittsburgh, it feels like nobody ever really made the breakthrough, or at least nobody black made the breakthrough. We have rappers, we have people that rap, but when it comes to even the news stuff, these streamers and podcasts, it doesn't feel and nobody's coming out of Pittsburgh. And if they do, who? I'm not, you? Oh, no. We drop on a third, so we don't know yet. But that could be it. But it feels like if they do come out of Pittsburgh, they're either Caucasian or it comes off as all right, what is his name? He's from Pittsburgh. McAfee. Pat McAfee. You don't know who Pat McAfee is?
I mean, I feel like I do, but
The white dude, he got a show on ESPN. He's like
sports dude?
Sports dude.
Yeah.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But do you associate him with Pittsburgh? Like,
No.
there you go. That's what I'm saying. So like, I think a lot of people that are trying to get out of Pittsburgh lead with like, oh, Pittsburgh. But when you go outside of the city, ain't nobody talking about Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, we're bigger than Pittsburgh. Even Wiz, bro, you can barely see the 4-horn-2 on his chest.
Yeah.
He used to be Pittsburgh out, and that's not a shot at Wiz or anything, but I'm saying like, you get to a point where
he stayed Pittsburgh.
Wiz stayed Pittsburgh just as much as Mac.
I don't think.
I think so.
Well,
He was Pittsburgh, like,
that people will feel like if they listen. I've been saying not necessarily crazy stuff about Wiz, but I've been disagreeing with people on Wiz for like the past couple interviews I've recorded. People don't think I'm a Wiz hater. I'm not a Wiz hater. I just want to clarify that. No, like I love Wiz. Pause. Like that's no Wiz is
Wiz the biggest rapper out of Pittsburgh?
the biggest rapper out of Pittsburgh.
Damn, you gotta think about that. Who's bigger?
I mean,
I don't think Mac's a rapper. Mac was an artist. Mac, look at it, even like what he was starting to do. It like, he can rap, but it was more of like.
When you say biggest, what do you mean? Like most
he's the biggest
famous?
recording artist that would be considered under the rap genre out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I agree.
But there's a lot of people out of Pittsburgh that had major significance. That,
no, I'm not saying who being an asshole, who, but I'm asking who.
Oh man, why is my mind going blank? Black Seas is one.
I don't even know who that is. Is that older than me?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of this stuff I won't know just from my time.
So Black Seas is the one that did the I'll Do Anything beat for Jay-Z. I'll do anything for you.
All right, but that.
No. That was like.
I didn't know that.
But that was like far into his career. Like Black Seas was like one of the original people that was like, I don't know the whole complete story and kind of paraphrasing, but he is a part of the story as to how Dr. Dre came to Pittsburgh and met with Sam Snead and all of that stuff that went on. Like these are all things
that I never even knew about though. Like,
oh man, you gotta watch make sure you watch the other episodes of my podcast when they come out, because I'm digging into all them stories and stuff like that. But Pittsburgh is musically very, very relevant behind the scenes in terms of the music industry, which is why when you asked me that, I had to think about it, because we have some really significant stuff. Like we got dudes like Mailman, for example, that helped Dre to create his sound for the Aftermath. So
see, that's before me, and I think I'm just talking about in general of like commercial success. And I think the only reason that I may come off as I'm hating on Pittsburgh is that it seems small-minded when we dumb ourselves down to just be like, Pittsburgh is like one of our main attributes. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm from Pittsburgh or this. I don't even really talk about it.
That's crazy. I would say I am I agree to an extent. Like I see and understand what you're saying. I would say my feelings are the opposite though. Like you see Pittsburgh on my hat. Like I'm literally, I love it.
I like the Steelers. I like the Penguins.
I love it to the point.
Comment section is like, he hates Pittsburgh. Leave. I'm trying to.
No.
Can't wait to leave.
Pittsburgh is great. It's fantastic.
It is. Here. It's great to raise a family here. It's only 18% Black.
That number changed. It went up.
To what?
That's from like pre-2020.
But what did it go up to?
It
didn't get blacker. There's no way Pittsburgh got blacker.
It did.
Then I need to leave faster.
Wait, what? Hold up, time out.
I'm just playing. Pittsburgh demographic.
I was debating with somebody online and I gave them the 18% number and they was like, no, it ain't. And I lost that argument.
Oh, no, Pittsburgh is 64% white and 22% Black.
Yeah, there you go. Small
percentage, but growing, of Hispanic and Latino.
So this has been like a ongoing theme of the not Black community, but Black culture that I've been talking about in like some of the interviews that I've been doing here.
I hope this is going where I think it's going.
Probably not. I just wanted to mention this aspect because it ties into what you were saying. This whole idea that no one outside of Pittsburgh knows anything about Black culture in Pittsburgh. Like
I've seen on some of the TikToks talking
Some of
about
the stuff
like nobody Black says yinzers.
exactly.
I'm not hating or on this. It just doesn't. It's not. We didn't grow up on coleslaw and Permane Brothers and yinzers.
Right.
That's not the Black culture of Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh culture, and we're also being from Pittsburgh. We're encompassed under it, but that's not the Black culture of Pittsburgh.
Right. So
it's not.
It was triggered from a few years ago. I seen what's the dude's name? Used to be the owner of the Mavericks.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Seen Mark. Yeah. I seen him explaining to somebody. They asked him what was Pittsburgh like, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Yinzers," and they say we're going downtown and coming out the house.
That's because he hasn't been here in so long.
But
he don't know what's going on here.
Still, but the way he explained it was nothing represented me, and I've been here my whole entire life. When people go in public and they describe Pittsburgh, or if I'm on TikTok and I see like Caucasian people describe Pittsburgh, none of it represents me or my peers.
The masses think that Pittsburgh is like a daydream from Pittsburgh Dad. You ever see Pittsburgh Dad? Yeah. He's like this yinzer, like Pittsburgh Dad.
I just ran across him.
And that's what the outside world would think that's what Pittsburgh is. And that's what Pittsburgh was and still is for some people, but it's not.
It's not for us.
It's not. You know what I noticed about Black people from Pittsburgh and we go other places?
What's that?
We talk proper.
Yeah, you know why? I was just thinking about this today.
You notice I said proper. I hate when people say you talk Black or you talk white.
Yeah.
There's no possible way to talk Black or white. You talk proper or you talk, I don't even want to say non-proper. You just, we articulate ourselves a lot more.
So I was thinking about this earlier, like literally as I was driving. Matter of fact, I think I was driving here on the way to this interview. From an early age, we are taught to code switch from family members. Like you can't swear around grandma. You can't be talking
I got a white
crazy.
mom, I was swearing. But
that's the thing. But okay, you go over friends.
No, I know what you're playing. My mom wasn't with it either.
But still, you understand what I mean.
You code switch, yeah. It's not even a bad thing. It's the way of the world. You have to sometimes.
But you learn, with your friend, what, nigga? Yeah. Mom come, yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll even tell you a more real world example like out in the world. When I worked at Sprint or T-Mobile in the mall, or if I worked at Metro on the Hill, there are two different ways that I'm gonna talk to a customer coming in and get a phone. Like, you don't care how much storage this phone has. You're trying to get out the door for $65. Got you, bro. Let's get you out the door. Yeah. But if we in the mall, oh, how much data am I gonna have? This, that. It's a total different way. Like, I would totally talk different. And it's no disrespect. You have to meet the person where they're at.
Yeah.
So like, especially with us being hustler salesmen, it's like you will talk to different people different ways.
That is 100% a portion of how I got to be where I'm at in my like working career.
I feel the same way too, personally.
Like, I made it as an engineer before I had my bachelor degree, which was damn near unheard of. It's literally, you have to learn how to talk to people. You have to have a certain amount of confidence.
You can't even teach most people that. Sometimes that can't be taught all the way.
Right.
It can't. Like, I'm real big on teaching my kids eye contact, shaking a hand. Even when they were real young, like when we would be in the park, I would, like, you walk past them, how you doing today? It's real nice weather. My son would be like, why are you talking to everybody? I was like, you talk to people. Like, you just talk.
Right.
Like, more recently, and we'll get to like, the career struggles and stuff later on in life. But and I keep putting on Instagram like, yo, after this gets 100 likes, I'll do a job reveal. I'm not telling nobody where I'm working. I'll tell you after. I already told you.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's the next. We switching right into that.
I knew if I get an in-person interview, I'm getting a job. I just straight up knew that.
Yeah.
And I used to tell my son, like, I would be in school, and I went to CCAC, and I would be in class with people that were geniuses, let's say, or I'm trying to use CCA as an example. I don't necessarily gonna fit, but like somebody that's super book smart, but social. I'd rather be. Well, this is a better way to say it. I'd rather have good social skills than a super high level of intelligence and no social skills.
Right.
And it goes into the thing of like, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but if you can be friends with them.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't have to know everything, but if I can compile people to know everything, you know what I mean? That thing. I know how to segue.
All right.
Cut that out.
So.
Oh, the career stuff. What we said.
Wait, hold on.
My bad.
So the way you just explain that and frame that, it opens a window and gives a perspective of what I see, a natural hustler.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, of course, social skills you practice because, selling on the street.
You want to know where they came from though?
What's that?
They came from not getting attention as a child and knowing what to say and do with people. Like,
dude, I feel like we two sides of the same coin.
Cause like, even with like I did not have good parents, but like I noticed like, if you're polite, you open the door, you ask people. Like I learned those good social skills on my own. Like just learning how to navigate through the world.
And having those social skills kind of sets you up and almost like some people may describe it as manipulative, but like
it sounds like it, but
these are the type
not.
of things that are in, like, did you read 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah.
Or Seduction?
I've read them all. He's
all
coming
the
out
Robert
with a new
Greene
one.
books?
Yeah, he's coming out with a new one. I love Robert Greene.
I love him too.
I was just listening to him, man, talk about, I was listening to him, on a podcast with Chris Williamson.
I'm not sure.
I might send it to you or whatever. Or I'll send you a little clip of just his thing. But it's like the best, it was basically just an hour long of all the best Robert Greene clips like throughout podcasts. But I love Robert Greene. A lot of things in 48 Laws of Power, but I didn't know that. Like I did that before. Like you kind of understand some stuff.
And it's going back to the original point, it's the same concept of just being socially aware.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the business side of corporate America is doing on a regular basis. And when I hear people from the hood usually are complaining like, oh, they're keeping us down.
Oh, I hate that shit.
They not giving us
the victim
opportunities.
shit, I hate that.
There's gatekeepers. What I think of immediately is that concept of there's a whole world behind. Matter of fact, I was just interviewing Tony Pittsburgh. I was trying to explain the way I see it, my perception is like there's a lens. And this lens is like cloudy or dirty or skewed or something like that. And it's like there's a whole world going on outside. No one is trying to like forcefully make it this way for poor people or the hood or black people or anything like that. Like maybe somebody is somewhere. Mm-hmm. But it's not like a systemic, trying to come down. It's literally just your perception.
If you have the internet, you don't got no excuse.
I agree.
That's all it said to me. If you have the internet.
From that statement you just made, segue. If you have the internet, you have no excuse. Those are words of a true hustler. A true person that will find a way to make ends meet, to make shit happen, right? The last hustle we spoke about, what was you selling? Like weave and lipstick or something like that?
No.
Health and beauty.
No, it was like, health and beauty. Health and beauty is just a blanket term. It's health and beauty and over-the-counter drugs, which sounds crazy, but that's just stuff like Prilosec, Tylenol, stuff like that. I was selling things like that.
So you shifted from there into a new business, a new lane. Maybe there was some stuff in between.
Oh yeah, there was definitely some stuff in between. I worked
just skip all the stuff in between.
No, I worked for a real estate development company. I was doing like inspections on like different homes and stuff. I did that for a while.
Oh, okay.
That was interesting.
I want to get to the meat and the potatoes.
What, trading?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
So years ago, I had watched a video from this creator. His name is Ricky Gutierrez. And it was on, I'm trying to think what that YouTube channel is. It was on a different YouTube channel, but it was showing a comparison between somebody that does like DoorDash and Uber Eats and a day trader. It's what I make in a day. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the video, Ricky, I think I made like $9,000 that day. And the Uber Eats driver, he made like, I don't know, like $90 or something like that. And like that, it always stuck with me, but like it really didn't go deep into like the trading aspect of it. It went more into just, I was gonna show you, I'll show you later. It went more into just like comparing these two situations. And, you know, looking back on it, that video is a great video. It really brought me to where I'm at now, because the Uber Eats driver, he was still happy. Like he was just like, as long as I got my family and all that, you know, I'm good. I'm making enough money. Yeah. Even think about it more, I don't know how he could be happy. He lived in California, he made $90. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's wild. But so that had always been in the back of my mind. And I think recently, like in the last couple of years, like 3 or 4 years, I've really wanted to stop handling physical items. I got tired of shipping stuff out and dealing with so much shit.
That's a lot of work, right?
It is. Like, and it's always been by myself. I've never hired anybody else, ever.
I feel like, and not to shift topics at all, we won't, but just to touch on that, like if you want to be a seller on Amazon or selling shoes.
Oh, you can't even do it
whatever,
now. It's over.
What you mean?
So I didn't get like kicked off per se, but they wanted like new invoices. They only want big suppliers. They are like Amazon started, you know, you sell your stuff on Amazon, but slowly like, why would Amazon want to promote me selling my Rogaine when they could just promote Procter & Gamble, the company that owns Rogaine?
So what about like, I got 500 of my own personal item t-shirts. Can I still go on Amazon and sell?
Yeah, 100%. I never sold my own personal items. I never did that.
They don't allow you to do the resale stuff as much.
You can resell certain things, but you got to prove where you got it from. You got to prove that you bought it from a distributor. And there's a lot of items that I'm not going to say I couldn't prove where they came from, but they weren't full. When I say they weren't fully legitimate sources, it's not like I was just buying wild shit.
Did you have a tax certificate?
Yeah. But if I go to, how I answered yeah so fast, I'm like yeah, I have. But if I would go to a flea market and some guy had, I don't know, I keep using Rogaine, a box of Rogaine, 12 Rogaine. And I go to put online, they want to know where that Rogaine from. Oh yeah, I got it from Lou. I got it from Lou at the flea market. They're like,
scan your receipt.
Who's Lou? Like, no, a receipt. I tried to do that before. Go buy 12 boxes of Rogaine at Walmart and send them 12 receipts, just take them back later. Yeah. We don't accept it from there. So they kind of started phasing out a lot of sellers. And which made me go more to eBay. And even with eBay, the profit margins weren't there. They just weren't there. Like I used to be able to get like Rogaine for like $10 and sell it for like $58. Like that's wild.
Did you ever try it? Do it work?
What you mean? Rogaine? I'm pretty good.
I mean, I can't grow a full beard and I
know this girl who was trying to get her edges to come back and she was using the same drug and it worked. So I do think it works. Minoxidil or whatever it is, she was putting on her edges. So if you have bad edges, try Rogaine.
Ooh, wow.
But yeah.
Okay, so
phased out.
Just to touch on that. So Amazon, bad now. Day trading.
So yeah, I see that video. So that was always in the back of my mind. And I don't know what happened, but something brought it to me randomly. Randomly, I was like, oh, like I was thinking of like something. And I was like, let me watch this video again. And I watched it. And then I went to his page and I watched a couple of his videos. And he had a course on there. It was like $500. You could join his Discord and like do his course. And shout out to Uju, the girl that does my hair sometimes. She one of the times she'd done my hair around the same time, she had told me she had like bought a course. Cause I had always really been really suspect of like courses. Like, you know what I mean? What am I doing this? Yeah. But she had made a point like, you know, you went to CCAC. I'm like, yeah. You paid X amount of dollars for CCAC. What do you have to show from it? So it's like, all right, like that kind of makes sense. So the course I think was like $500, but it was on sale for $300. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I did, like when you do the course up in the corner is like how much percent you have done. I did 18% of it and I was like, I think I know what to do. And I just stopped the course. I've never done the course again.
Really?
Now that's not where my education ends. Like I definitely got humbled. But I think what it was is, and he's a great creator, a great trader. His trading style really just didn't fit with me. I just credit him for just that video and generally bringing me to it. Yeah. That brought me to like my next mentor and teacher. And that's where I really locked in. And I bought his course. His course was $5,000.
You paid $5,000 for it? Wow.
I remember sending my friend a screen.
Wait. What gave you the confidence to say, this is not a gimmick, this is a real thing, I'm gonna dump all that money into this? Like, what changed your mind?
Because I just fully believe, like, I guess from doing it for a while, I was definitely like, oh yeah.
Were you losing money?
What do you mean?
Like, before you took that $5,000 thing?
No, I didn't even start really trading yet. We're skipping so many things. Now it's all coming to me. So Amazon kind of ended. And it was a down period for a while. Like I spent a lot of money during the pandemic. I went on a lot of trips, did a lot of stuff. I wasted so much money during the pandemic. I always tell people that if you ever thought Black people were going to get reparations, the pandemic was reparations. Like, if you just didn't spend it right.
You know, there's a bunch of people who's going to cancel you.
I don't care. The pandemic was the closest thing Black people will ever get to reparations.
That sounds better.
Does that sound better?
That sounds better.
Okay. Because it was a bunch of free money and niggas just did nigga shit with it for the most part. I did nigga shit. But after that, had another little down period and I started landscaping. Landscaping was cool. I walked a lot. I got a tan. I liked it. And I really enjoyed the guy I worked with. But that whole time landscaping, I just enthralled myself in all the education I could. I watched hours upon hours of his videos. All I did. That's all I did for a whole summer was study and study and study. At that end of the summer, I had a decision to make. Like, do I really want to go ahead and just buy his course? Did I learn enough from the free content? And by that time I was already paper trading, which is practice trading. I had back tested a lot of stuff and was consistent. Like, I trusted myself.
So I have a decent story to go along and I guess kind of expose you to my understanding and experience with day trading. But
no, give me first. What is it? What's your experience with day trading?
So me personally, minimal to none.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, she bought courses and watch videos. There was a point in time where I'm like pushing her. So just to frame the conversation, I'm very big on old kind of Gen X style of like, my money is your money is your money type deal. So like, I'm going to pay all the bills in the house. You do what you want. I would rather you not go to a job and work, a job that you don't want to work. And then you're coming home, still want to be mom and wife, and cook and all this other stuff. Yep.
I want you to be happy.
Yes.
I'd rather you make less money and bring, I need that good energy home. I don't want you to go give that good energy to work and then come home depleted. I feel 100%. That 100%.
So I always told her, do what makes you happy, do what you want to do, and just sit at home, be a mom, whatever. When you figure out what makes you happy or you decide you want to do something else, go ahead and do it. So she was taking these classes. She'd been taking the classes since before I met her. Still taking the classes, learning this stuff. She does the paper trading, the fake money type stuff, day trading, looking at the candlesticks, as I call it when I'm joking with her. And she tried to explain a little bit to me, and I'm like, I feel like someone is trying to teach me rocket science when I listen to her. Yeah. And I'm like, baby, this is it. I make enough money to take care of us and we're perfectly fine. If you could master this and do it, we'll be efficient. The issue is she wasn't extremely confident with it, scared to lose the money. And then one day she went to trade. I was giving her extra money, here, trade this, you lose it, whatever. She went to trade, the internet went out. She lost $1,000 and that crushed her confidence. And from that point on, she has barely touched it because she's so scared of losing money now.
I've lost $18,000 in one trade.
18,000.
Yeah.
Was you up or was it?
I was up.
How'd you feel?
Terrible. I remember it was still when I was working at the real estate for this real estate development company, and I worked with this ratchet ass white dude named Adam. Shout out to Adam if Adam's listening. Adam was like, I came out of the office. He's like, "Fuck's wrong with you?" He's like, "You lose money with your candlestick shit." Like I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like
everybody called it the candlesticks.
Yeah.
How did the internet go out?
No.
Okay.
I got caught in a bad trade.
I'm talking about it as if I know a little bit, but could you explain just for the people that don't understand how day trading works, like the basics of what you're doing?
So, day trading is very different from investing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in and out of stocks anywhere from, I could be in a trade for 30 seconds to 5 minutes, but I'm never holding. I don't hold at all.
And it's not like it's not buying a stock and then selling a stock. Like I forgot the way my wife explained it. Like you're buying.
What does she trade? Because does she do options? What is
options? That's
See,
what
I don't do options.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the options, I want to learn options eventually, but I just like what I do now more.
Mm-hmm.
The issue and why most people don't do what I do, and it's gonna get ready to change, is there's the PDT rule, which is the pattern day trader rule, which means that you have to have a minimum of $25,000 in your trading account to even trade.
That hasn't always been a thing?
It's been like that since like 1999.
And they're about to remove that?
They're about to change the FCT. The FCT. I don't, FINRA, who I don't know the exact acronym for them, but they have just passed a bill that's going to reduce the PDT rule to $2,000. So you'll be able to day trade with $2,000.
So you day trade with $25,000?
Yeah.
What'd you do before that?
What do you mean?
How'd you get to $25,000 to start trading?
Took the equity out of my house.
For trading?
Yeah.
So that was $30,000 at least because you had to pay for the class first.
No, it was even more than that. But no, I saved up to pay for the class. I told myself I was gonna work and save and pay for the class.
And you were that
Actually,
confident.
to keep it all the way real, Christina paid for my class. She gave me money and paid for the class for the most part. We ain't gonna get too deep, but
that's dope.
Yeah.
Do the audience need to know who Christina is?
No, I mean,
just gotta throw her name like we all know. She the play cousin.
No, she ain't a play because she's a girl.
No,
but
listen to this.
No.
The thing
No, what it was is that's not the true story. The true story is it's part of that. So the only reason I'm skipping over my words is because it's gonna sound like I lied. So I worked and saved to buy the class.
Yeah.
You do need $25,000 to day trade, but you can also open an account with an offshore brokerage, which they don't have the same commanding rules as a U.S. brokerage. So you can take $3,000 and open an offshore brokerage, and they'll give you leverage. So they'll give you 6 times leverage with your $3,000, so you can trade with 18.
So like a loan, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So what it was, Christina trusted me enough and because she watched me study it for months upon months.
Yeah.
So when she got her taxes back, she started it by giving me the money to start trading.
That's huge.
My first account, I blew.
You blew the money?
I blew it. Not like purposely, like I blew it.
Yeah, like the money she gave you?
Yeah, 100%.
Just
all gone.
All of it. How does she feel?
She's not gonna know until she sees it.
Oh, she didn't know this?
Yeah, she didn't know at all.
Wow. So how'd you come back from it?
I recalibrated, realized that I didn't know as much as I thought I knew.
Yeah.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. The more that I learn about it, the more that I realize I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just recalibrated. I've learned that from just reading books. The best book I've ever read was Trading in the Zone, that most traders will lose money. Yeah. They all lose money eventually. But most traders will also have a moment where they blow up an account or just lose it all. Because that's not the only account I blew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you lost more than you won?
Yeah.
Like, you know how there's like...
No, I haven't, not at all. But basically, so this is going to go into it, and this is me putting everything out there. Basically, I kind of got shut down for a second because I owed the IRS some money. Whatever you do, pay your taxes. Just know that. So taxes was a big issue. Mm-hmm. So since I ignored it and didn't just set up a payment plan, that ate away at some stuff. Mm-hmm. But we had the first account with the $3,000. I blew that. I wasn't that mad because I kind of like lost on a trade that my mentor lost on too. Mm-hmm. So I could even find the date, but he lost like $250,000 that day. Now the guy I trade under every day made $13 million in like the last like 5 years. And it's proven profitable. He has third-party audited statements. That's the other thing. If anybody gets into trading, make sure you find somebody that can prove what they did. Because there's a lot of people out there just saying they did stuff and they're just selling classes.
Yeah.
That's why even to the point of, I eventually was thinking about like teaching or like trying to teach people, but I really want to have a longer track record of profitability before I even try to do that. I don't want it to be that a lot of people make money from the courses, not the hustle. Like I want to make money from the hustle and then just like put people on with the courses somewhat. And I don't even know if I really want to go down that road though.
I understand what you're saying though. Like the feeling is there, like the want, the desire, but there's a whole lot of other shit you got to deal with.
But so we blew that first account. We opened another one. I reopened another one with 1,000, which still gave me 6 times leverage. So I was trading with 6,000. I still have that account until today. That's the one I'm working with now. But then at the same time, after getting that little influx of cash, we went over and we opened a full margin account. I opened it with 30, and that's what I was trading with.
That was from
the equity, yeah.
Oh,
Pulled,
okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I hedged everything on this. I went 100% in, and I think what the biggest determining factor of going in 100% and why I won't give up is I look at the CDs, I look at the shoes, I look at Amazon. I look at all the great ideas I had, wanting to do a YouTube channel, doing all this stuff. And I had to come to the realization that I've never given anything my 100%. And I've been doing pretty good with 50 here, 70 here, 20 here. But I really wanted to give something my 100%. And to keep it all the way real, and this is just me being very open and transparent, I'm 36 years old. I have no degree, no formal education. I'm just a mashup of a bunch of amazing skills that I really can't quantify to put on paper to show somebody.
Right.
What can I do that can give me freedom, stability, a good income, and I don't feel like I'm trading my time for my money? Trading is the only thing I could think of.
You know what's crazy about that? Like, as I sit here in front of you and learn your story, in my mind, it's almost like creating a resume. Like, I know your resume of who you are. Me as, an employer to a certain extent, because I kind of like run my own shop and, have the ability to hire people when I need them.
While you hire?
Not right now. But at some point, if you want to take on another skill, learn some electrical stuff.
You know, it's crazy working with the real estate development people. I learned more Spanish than I did. Yo, that sounds hella racist. Yeah. But I love people from Guatemala. But I learned more Spanish than I did actually doing the work.
That's the thing.
I'm not a hands-on person. I hate carpentry. I don't want to do anything like that. I know that sounds bad.
That's crazy.
It doesn't sound bad. That's my opinion.
Not bad. I'm saying, like, your ability to learn, just what you explained, you see something that you're interested in and like dive into it. I don't think I've met many people that are not like work with their hands people that still have that love and ability to learn like that, to self-teach something. That's crazy.
It does sound crazy that I would say I would not go into the workforce, but the way the world's going, I would implore anybody to definitely think about going into the workforce instead of college.
That's what I was going to say. So the idea of you with this resume would be an amazing, like freakishly amazing employee if it was something that you wanted to do, that you were interested in, even if you ain't know nothing about it.
I don't think there's a job that I want at all. I know what I want. There's not a job I want. Anything that I do now is just going to be like a stepping stone to the next thing.
Is it about money?
It's about freedom.
So
money's just a tool.
Right.
Because I've gotten by with so much less and have been happy with so much less that having like a bunch of money again, I think it would just hit different. Like, I'll put it to you this way. The only things that like bothered me about being like poor, or not poor, just like being like, damn, I don't have this, or I need to work on this. It's like those moments when like you got to make a hard decision, like, oh, do I want to do this, or do I want to pay for swimming lessons? Those are the things that bother me.
Yeah.
And those are the things that I don't want to ever deal with. Like, I never want to have to pick and choose what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to kind of live for myself. I'd be lying to say that it ain't about money, but it ain't about money how it used to be.
I agree.
Yeah, like it's about that freedom. It's about being able to do the things I want to do. Like you know who it is. You got 8 people. You're a group of 10. You move as a group of 10.
Yeah.
So if you want to go eat out at a restaurant, that ain't cheap.
Bro.
I don't want to have to think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else, or I want to be rich, or I want to flaunt. But if I take my kids to do something, I don't want to have to be like, damn, can I get that right now? Like, I want to just be like, have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be more carefree.
So I would say that, like, for example, our food budget at minimum is at least like $1,000 a month. And that's not for 8.
Mm-hmm.
This is for, how many kids we got in the house? 1, 2, 3, plus me and my wife. So it's 5 of us.
Yeah, you're similar to me. Like, we got, it's 3, 4, it's like 5, 6 at any time. Like, yeah.
Yeah, about that. We're spending about $1,000 a month in groceries, but that's like a budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, out of my check, I'm taking out this much. And it's not because that's all we can afford. It's because I'm still balancing and managing for everything else to make sure that we have, extra spending money, to make sure there's no bills that's left unpaid. Gas bill in the wintertime jumps up to $700-800 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The electric bill in our area is going up.
My electrics has that.
Man, so I understand the concept of freedom to the point in my dining room. I thought it was carpenter ants. I had an orchid man come out. He told me it's termites. They chewed through my hardwood flooring.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like probably the size of this table. It's like all rotted out and chewed up by termites. Dude said for termite treatment, it's going to be $2,500. 2 days after that, I had my roof replaced. That cost 25 grand, somewhere around there, which was a loan. It wasn't completely out of my pocket, but I have to now consider and think, well, do I have the money to $2,500 to put down for this termite thing? So the idea of like, I don't want to have to go through that, should I or should I not spend this extra money from savings on termites?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be able to have that available. Like, yeah, that makes complete sense. But I think the part that I'm driving at is, what is the limit? Because
The limit of?
you could always want more. How much money you want?
How much money do I want?
Yeah, like
I'll be good with like 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month is where I need to be. I'm so serious. Maybe even more, honestly. I don't know.
So you're not at 10 grand a month with trading?
Oh, no, not right now. Not right now. You gotta remember, we just got back into trading. So we blew the 30 account. When I say
blue, like
no, when I say
out?
blue, remember you have to have $25,000 a day trade in that account.
Right.
If you have below $25,000, you get flagged as a pattern day trader. You're only allowed to make 3 round trips, which are a buy and sell per week, because they don't want people just day trading without that level. They want you to have $25,000 or more. It's more or less a protective service for the broker that if you blow your account, they're going to be able to get that money back, kind of.
Right.
So when I say I blew that account, that just means I went under that 25.
Okay.
But once I'm under that 25, one of those bad losses took me down to about 18,000. So at that point, that account has 18,000 in it, but you can't really do much with it.
Right.
And at that time, also we have life and things are going on. So I had to pull that 18 and I just have that 18. So with that 18, what I did was I put 10 to pay my bills for the next couple months ahead. Mm-hmm. And I took that 8 and we're going to take that 8 over to that offshore account again.
Okay.
So now that's what I got the challenge. If you want to go follow me, Ray Tries Hard, we get the challenge of, we're going to see how many days it takes me to grow 6,000 to 100,000.
I got to check this out.
Yeah, we're on day 17.
How high is it up now?
We're day 17. We're at 29,000. So we end up this is what doesn't sound real. I'm averaging $1,052 a day.
That's not bad. That's dope.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think of like your increases in terms of flips rather than dollar value? Like I've heard some people say that like if you take $1, you turn that into $2, you turn 2 into 4, you turn 4 into 8.
No. This is way different. So the moves that I try to get are very small. It's just I'm really precise. I'm what you call a scalper. And I didn't just make that up. It's like I scalp trade. So let's say, and I'm gonna use all even numbers, this stock's popping up off breaking news. That's the other thing. I only trade from when I get off work, I get home about 7:30. I only trade from 7:30 to 10:30 because I'm working nights. So then I'm back to sleep after that. Then I sleep from 10:30 till about 4:30, get the kids, get up, make dinner, chill, hang out with them, homework and stuff, and then, eventually go to work at 10, 11.
Yeah.
So I'm only trading for that small period. But let's say I have, different equipment. I have stock scanners that scan for breaking news. Let's say breaking news drops at 7:30. Usually they'll drop 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30. Now they usually drop at the bottom of the hour. So let's say XXX Mobile, or whatever it is, whatever the company is, the ticker symbol, it's at $1. And it goes from $1 to $1.25. That's all I wanted to do. Because I might jump in with 1,000 shares. If I buy 1,000 at $1 and I sell at $1.25, I made $250.
Yeah.
That's all I try to do a day. And really, that's a great move right there. A 25-cent move. Yeah. My goal is to make 7 cents per trade. So really, if I would have jumped in with 1,000 shares and it went from $1 to $1.07, that's $70.
That's still a win.
I do that 3 times. That's 210.
So since you started this, how often have you put money in and it dropped instead of went up and you lost money?
Oh, a bunch of times. Every day I lose. What do you mean? I mean, every day you have some losing trades and some winning trades.
Okay, so why not just hold on to it until it goes back up?
This is a difficult one because it's like some of these things can't be explained in such short form. So, all right. I'm looking for stocks with low float. Low float means there's not a lot of available shares for us to trade. So like if this stock only has 2 shares and I own both 2 shares, I can kind of dictate what the price is going to be. I decide the value.
Right.
So the more shares, the less value the stock could be.
Right.
The more, it has less potential to hit a strong peak. That stock most of these stocks are MOMO stocks, momentum stocks, meaning they're getting breaking news in the morning. They might be a biotech stock that has like a new approval from the FDA, like licensing or something like that.
Right.
But all those jumps subside. So the news comes out, trading algorithms spike, a lot of like automatic trading systems trade it, people like me trade it, and we are what causes the price to go up. But that price has a certain peak of people that might have been holding the stock, might be original investors. Say I'm an original investor and I got into the stock when they first IPO'd and it IPO'd at $6 and it's been hovering around 3 for the last couple months. Well, I have a sell order that as soon as it hits 6 again, I'm going to sell out.
Right.
So say then you have John who bought the stock at 5, sees it going to 6, thinks it's going to go to 7, but doesn't realize that there's massive sell orders that hit when it hits 6 that drops the price down. So you can't just wait for it to go up. They fluctuate. Those are those candles that you see.
The candlesticks. Yeah. So from what my wife was explaining to me, she was saying there's different type, and it may be different when she's doing the options, but she said there's different types of like when you see the bars going up and down, and depending on like how long it is and how wide determines, I guess, where it's going to go, where she knows, like, I'm like, baby, why don't you buy right here? She's like, no, I'm waiting for it to go here and then it's going to start to go
different
up.
Support levels, different,
Yeah, and she got, like I said, she got freaked out because she knew that it would make money. And ultimately she was right, but she put the money in, the internet went out. When the internet went out, it dropped back down. She lost all the money. And by the time it came back on, she lost the money. It was gone. And I don't know if options is the same as what you do in this instance, but from what she was saying, once you lose the money, it's gone. It's not like you have these shares that have low value.
It's different in options.
Okay.
So you don't lose anything until you sell with me, with what I'm doing.
Okay.
So like if I buy a stock, at $1 and it goes to 90, technically I didn't lose. I didn't lose anything until I sell.
So why sell? Because you don't want it to keep dropping lower.
So all right, you got to remember you're also going in with big share sizes because you want to hit good things. So I'm going to use a more realistic one. Let's say the stock is at 10, and I buy 1,000 shares. That's $10,000, right? That stock goes down $1. What is that loss right there?
Wait, how many?
The stock is $10 a share.
Okay.
I buy 1,000 shares.
At $10 a share?
Yeah, it's $10,000.
That's 1,000 shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see how the risk now is different with the price being.
Yeah.
So, and the higher stocks gets, the more volatile the price jumps. When you're over in that land of like $1 to $5, you may see like 7 cents, 10 cents, $1. But when you get up to those really volatile stocks in that $10 and like $20 area, they can also behave different. They can act different sometimes. It's more volatile where the losses may be crazier. Wait, what was your original question? I kind of got sidetracked right there for a second.
Yeah. And I'm following you, sidetracking myself. Yeah. Like,
there's so much.
Why sell? Why not just hold on to it until it comes back?
You got to cut your losses. I've learned that. That's the reason
because you don't want it to
remember
keep dropping.
The 18,000?
Yeah.
You want to be a good loser. I held that stock till the next day thinking it might possibly go up.
And lost more.
Yeah, and lost more. Because when I initially went into that hold, bro, those 2 days might have been the most stressful days ever. Imagine sitting in front of a computer from 6 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just hoping that it would rise a little bit. That was the wildest thing I ever.
That had to be rough.
Yeah, it was wild. And the whole time you're beating up on yourself because you know you made this mistake that you got to cut your losses. I cut my losses. I have a mental stop in my mind that I'm always thinking about that I will cut it.
I've heard that the best traders are traders that do not trade with emotion.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is, and this one was the hardest. I lost to 3,000. It was nothing. I blew up the next count. It was nothing. I thought it was me not knowing enough. It's your mindset.
Yeah.
Everything is your mindset. You have to move like a robot. You cannot get flustered. You cannot think about price targets. You can't even trade with the goal of making a certain amount of money. I mean, you have it, like my goal is $250 a day. But I don't go into it with $250 a day as the goal. I go into it like, let me go execute some good trades.
Right.
Wherever the money falls, it falls. I don't even look at my profit and loss while I'm trading. I wait until the end. Like I have an idea if I'm down or up or whatever, where I'm kind of at, but I don't obsess over the number. Because there was times where I started trading more consistently and I might have, made like 300 and then took a loss and I'm at like 220 and I'm like, no, I really wanted to end the day with 300. Let me just jump back in there. And then you get into this thing they call revenge trading where, especially if you're down, you're now throwing out more larger share sizes to compensate for that loss, which then spirals into a bigger loss. So if I just lost 500 on this and now I'm 500 in the hole and my goal was 250, all right, let me go with a little bit bigger share size because now I got to make 750 to get that $250 green.
Almost sounds like gambling.
It's gambling. It's intelligent gambling. It's knowing your edge, knowing what you consistently trade at. Like I'm consistently right 66% of the time. So if I'm right 66% of the time, there's a math of if I keep betting, that's the other thing. You gotta trade this. There's so many, I could do a whole podcast on trading. There's so many things to, but you also have to trade consistent because if I'm working with one strategy and using one type of share size and doing one thing.
That gives you certain numbers, certain statistics.
then you can look back, oh, where did I mess up at? Where did I do this? But if I'm trading a bunch of different strategies, a bunch of different ways, I can't measure my metrics. There's so many things that I've learned, like even just thinking about it, like I was down like, damn, how did I lose this? How did I lose this? It's been a wild ride.
So as you say that, me as an engineer, I'm thinking to myself, this is like one of those where people say, oh, they need to take algebra out of high school. What do we need math for and this and that?
I don't think you need algebra in high school.
We literally use math on a daily basis, and maybe not so much the algebra they teach specifically, but the theories and concepts of it that help us on a day-to-day basis. But as you say that, I'm thinking of all the people that, you know, get mad at the math and stuff like that, that feel like, oh, I hate math or I'm not good at math. It's like, yo, but if you learn this, you know, could be you. So with that, I'm curious, what type of person do you feel like trading is good for?
Somebody that can control their emotions.
Like,
well, I'm terrified of planes. And I know that sounds like a wild segue. But my girl told me I have to be terrified of planes because I have this sense that I always have to be in control. I'm not in control of the market at all. It's one of the hardest, but also most rewarding things I've ever done.
So, okay, for example, I have a friend group that like bet, like FanDuel type betting on sports and stuff a lot, right? Where
I want to get into that next though. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
It's hard, especially with all
There's
this.
a method.
There, to an extent, but with all this cheating and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I just watched a video where they were talking about anytime touchdowns, and I've been failing on anytime touchdowns all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute.
There's a method to it. I think the method is more mathematical than actually based on like skill or anything like that.
But I love that then, because if you can build a system and that system works, you can scale.
But it's, like you said, as far as the statistics, like if you're right 66% of the time or whatever, then you can bet or bank on that. I think it's more like if you look overall, you know, at certain types of bets or something, you could follow the trend line of, you know, if you're doing, maybe it's two parlays or a double parlay. I forgot what they call it, but, you know, he's going to get a touchdown or he's going to get a certain amount of yards and he's going to get under a certain amount of yards, and you bet those leg parlays. And you're always doing 2 leg parlays because 2 leg parlays maybe have the highest percentage of winning. If you stick to that and you stick with like, you know, certain people that always produce, maybe there's like a 60% outcome where if you're always betting that, you start small. But a lot of times people bet with emotion. They're doing the revenge betting or, you know, they want to win big. So they're putting like 200 on the bet when they really don't got 200 to bet.
I've never bet more than $5 on the FanDuels and stuff.
I try to bet anywhere from 10, 20 cents up to $1. And I like the really big, crazy, outlandish 20 legs. I could possibly win $20,000 if I
stay away from stuff like that.
I like it
because it doesn't really matter. Because it's like if you bet $1 100 times, but then one of them hits, it's like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit anything?
I have not hit any of those.
You ever try to cash out early on any of them?
So I had one where I was going to win, I want to say like 18,000, some crazy number.
Something crazy.
I would bet last year, every week, I would bet on every last single game, right? Who's going to win, who's going to lose, or the over-under. Every game. All on one ticket. I would bet anywhere from 50 cents to $1. I got all the way down to the last game. It was like a Monday night football game. I think the cash out was like $400 or $500. I'm waiting for the game because I want the big money. The team that I bet on started to win. And then it was like, kind of in the middle, I don't know. And I'm sitting there like shaking, like, should I pull it? Should I keep it? And basically it hit a point where you could start to tell the team was going to lose. I went to go cash out and it wasn't available.
And they pulled it. Yeah. You know what I just thought of? I skipped over one big key part of the trading thing.
What's that?
Dan, I know you're not watching this. There's no way you could be watching this, but I want to thank you so much because you made all this possible. So I got a good friend named Mark, and me and Mark kind of started trading together. Mm-hmm. Mark is my longest childhood friend. Like I've known him since I was 6 years old. Like great friend. We, different walks of life. Like he ended up, moving across country, like living his life. But with the trading stuff, we've been working together a little bit. He was interested in learning. He's like, I met this dude named Dan. You should meet him. Like he started trading, like he's really successful. Like you should get with him. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. I remember it was right before I started the job. Like I had just ended landscaping and I was starting a job with the real estate development company or whatever. And I had to call off. I just started working with them, but I had to call off work because this opportunity seemed way too crazy. Mm-hmm. It was this guy named Dan. He wanted me to drive all the way out to like Harmony, PA, like out past Cranberry. And he wanted me to trade in front of him. And if I could trade in front of him and I was profitable, he would hire me to trade for him. Hmm. It didn't really seem to make any sense because he was offering me like, at that time I was still paper trading and I was consistently making like $800 a day paper trading. I later on found out that the simulator it's a simulation, but there's a lot of small variables you can't really predict inside that simulator that you will deal with later on. So when I say I was making like $800 a day on the simulator, it was good, but in real world, I probably would have made less. There's slippage, there's certain things that I won't waste time explaining, but it's just the real market action moves a little bit different sometimes.
Right.
So I go over there, long story short, I end up figuring out that like, I actually know more than this guy. Mm. So we end the day, I end up making like $900. He's trading real money, but he only ends up making like, I don't know, like $250. And most of that was from a swing trade, meaning that he held something from yesterday and it finally went to the green today, so he sold out. So he could have been holding that shit for weeks, I wouldn't have known.
Right.
But I think it made him uncomfortable that because this is a random white dude in the middle of Butler County, and I met him at a hotel, we got a conference room, and I low-key really traded circles around him, and I told him like different terminology and different things. He just didn't know what none of this stuff was. Mm. But I was so happy because he basically told me like anything over $200, I'll split with you 50-50 or something. Like he's like, I'll pay you like X amount a week and then whatever, I'll pay. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I'll use his money. I'll trade until like I build myself up. Mm-hmm. Like, and I can really take some risk. When I got home like a couple of days later, he told me he was gonna go with somebody else, whatever. Oh. But thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan, because I found out you really, really ain't trading anyway. So, but what I found out was his wife or something had died or some shit. Oh, wow. Or somebody had died and he just got a settlement. And he was using the settlement money to trade. But he really wasn't like, if you start with a lot of money, it's gonna look good. Yeah. So like he had an account with 100,000 in it. Mm. But I later on found out like he might've started with like 150. Mm. So like now that you got this 100, it really ain't nothing. But I was still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like learning. I was so happy to just have that opportunity. But I definitely appreciate that weird-ass opportunity.
That is an odd one to end it on because we have hit our time. You know, I was thinking,
we gotta do a part 2 after you drop one day.
Definitely that. Yeah. That was definitely a thought. Also, I was saving your phone number on my phone and I realized I don't know your last name. And I saved it as Ray Tries Hard. And I'm like, all these thoughts flooded my head. Like, what does try hard mean? Why am I saving it as Tries Hard when I've known this guy since fucking 2008?
Ray Jones.
I knew that.
Did you?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Kalaj Dame.
Maybe I just don't remember. But yeah.
Ray Tries Hard came up. I needed to make an email for something, and tries, T-R-I-E-S was taken, like how you spelled it right. Yeah. So I spelled it wrong, like on purpose, and it just stuck with me. And I was like, Ray Tries Hard. I just kept it.
From I Hate Shoes, y'all probably seen him from I Hate Shoes. to Ray Tries Hard. It's the play cousin, homie Ray.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, man.
We could talk forever, though. I can see there's probably a lot of stuff we ain't even get to and stuff. Now I can see why these podcasts can go long for real.
People complain, they like, no, I ain't sitting down for 3 hours. I'm like, you don't understand.
Bro, when you tapped the screen, I was like, damn, it's 8?
Yeah.
Like I told my kids, I was like, yeah, I'll probably be back around like 7. I knew damn well I was lying to them. I was lying to y'all. I knew I wasn't gonna be home. But my son was like, I come back home from like, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, I try to set it up like that. And I always tell people I allow for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like my, I don't know, window where it's like, maybe it doesn't go as organic. Like you and I, we know each other. So naturally
it felt good,
better. There's going to be people that I've never met before where maybe the conversation just kind of gets stuck around an hour and a half, 2 hours. I allow it 3, just in case. But the whole entire point of it is, who are you? Like our interview, our conversation right now, like with the dad stuff and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's great.
I feel like we just like dove into just crazy authenticity and realness, what it means to be a Black dad, single, dealing with women in our youth and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to know like passion, pain, success, challenge. And this is why I call it or compare it to almost like a Black Joe Rogan, because it's like, what would Joe Rogan look like from a more soulful perspective? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah. Ray Jones tries hard. I hate shoes, all that stuff.
Take care of your kids.
It's my play cousin right here. All right, y'all. Kalaj Dame, know what it is. See you next time.
Welcome to Kalaj Dame. City lights, long days, heavy on the mind. Everybody talking, but they never take the time. Truth in my chest, I don't sugarcoat pain. If you sitting at the table, you gotta show your face. Conversations deeper than the surface we've been shown. Just heart and time. If you listen close, you might change your mind. We don't argue just to win debates. We just shine a light where they hide the grave. It's the Kalaj Dame Podcast, where the real don't gotta broadcast. Every truth gotta pass. Every voice got a lane. It's the Kalaj Dame Podcast. Pull a seat, let the walls crack. If you ever felt unseen, you gon' feel your name. Yeah. From the block to the boardroom, same questions asked. Why we build so fast, we never heal the past. I don't play judge, I don't play your role. I just let you talk while the story unfolds. Bridging gaps, they pretend they there. Men and women trying to meet halfway, no filter, but respect stay intact. If it hit too close, that's